Hello students, let's welcome to 7th April evening shift paper, and this paper, whatever the questions we have received till now, we find them very surprisingly, they are the repeating questions from the previous shifts of April attempt itself. So understand this one, how much important it is to solve the PYQ question papers. Whoever students are having upcoming, actually 8th tomorrow, the last day, only one shift is there afternoon, but still understand the importance of PYQs. Even 11th to 12th moving students also can understand the importance of practicing PYQs. One simple logic you can understand, January shift 4-5 days it will go, and April shift also 4-5 days it will go, with a morning and afternoon shift, almost 8 to 10 papers of January shift and another 8 to 10 papers of April shift. So both together around 20 papers we are getting. So 20 papers setting with 25 questions each. It is not a easy task in setting the questions. Therefore, many of the questions are coming repeated also. Within the shift also some questions are coming repeated, right? So be focused on the concept. So better number of questions definitely can be done, right? So let's get into few of the questions we have received till now. From chemistry part, we will discuss some questions and it will be followed by other subjects also, right? Yeah. So coming to the first question, which of the following is correct hybridization? Which of the following is a correct hybridization of XCF4 molecule? This XCF4 molecule is repeated multiple number of times in the April shift itself. Understanding? So these are very few number of molecules which are there in our NCERT textbooks. So understand the importance and also try to learn how to get a maximum score, right? If we are strictly confined to one particular material also, majority of the questions can be done, right? So what is the question here? It is to find the hybridization of xenon in XCF4, and hybridization, we know it is a concept from chemical bonding, right? And if you understand, in the morning shift analysis also, I have stressed on this point that majority of the inorganic chemistry questions are coming from chemical bonding and coordination compounds, right? Majority of the portion. So even if we are preparing in an average level in S block or P block, S block anyway out of the syllabus, P block 11th or 12th, at least try to be very much serious about coordination compounds and chemical bonding. And D and F block, physical properties. Up to NCERT for D and F block is very much sufficient for physical properties, right now? So now coming to, and also from KMNO4, K2, Cr2 also. So coming to this question, xenon XeF4 is a compound, and we know xenon is a noble gas element. So it has the 8 valence electrons, right? So xenon 8 valence electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 valence electrons are there. Among these 8 valence electrons, we know each fluorine atom will be forming a single bond, right? Like that 4 fluorine atoms are there. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fluorine atoms are there, right? So 4 sigma bonds are there. So remaining 4 electrons are in the form of lone pairs. This is the first lone pair, this is the second lone pair. So you are having the steric number here, 4 plus 2, that is a 6. Steric number is 6. Number of sigma bonds plus number of localized lone pairs. So steric number is 6. With the steric number 6, what can be the hybridization? S plus P3 plus D2. sp3 D2 is the hybridization. So simply you can say that option C. So with this trick, actually you can find the hybridization of the central atom. Suppose this is a neutral molecule, therefore how many valence electrons are there? That many only you have written. if it is anion like NO2 minus, NO3 minus, SO4 2 minus, etc., you can add that many electrons equal to the negative charges it is having. Suppose 2 negative charges are there, SO4 2 minus, 2 extra electrons we have to add. Similarly, if positive charge is there, how much magnitude of positive charge is there, that many electrons should be removed from the number of valence electrons here to find the steric number or hybridization. This is one of the trick in finding the hybridization, right? Now let's move on to the next question. So coming to this question, which of the following is correct order of acidic strength of oxides of vanadium? Vanadium oxides also very repeatedly it is coming in April shift from NCERT itself it is sufficient. And one point we should know that with increase in oxidation number, acidic strength also increases. This point everybody knows it. So we have to find out which is the lowest oxidation state oxide and what is the highest oxidation state oxide. So simply you can understand what will be the acidic strength order. Suppose if you take VO2 in which VO2, before VO2 we can take V2O3, right now? So V2O3. In V2O3, what is the oxidation number of vanadium? Oxygen minus 2 into 3, minus 6, plus 6. Plus 6 divided by 2, plus 3, right? Plus 3 is oxidation state of vanadium here. The next one is VO2 in which minus 2 into 2, minus 4. So it will be plus 4, right? And coming to V2O5, in this minus 2 into 5, minus 10, plus 10 divided by 2, plus 5. So higher is the oxidation state, more is the acidic nature, acidic strength. Therefore, you can say that V2O5 is strongest oxide and V2O3 is the weakest oxide, right? So this can be the answer, V2O5 greater than VO2 greater than V2O3, plus 5, plus 4 and plus 3, right now? So this also simple question, very easily can be done actually with the basic strong knowledge. We can comfortably do all these questions. Then going to next question. So this was the question from D and F block, right now? D and F block. Now going to next question, that is correct order of basic strength of following molecules. This is from a basic strength, and GOC topic, general organic chemistry topic. And we know the basic strength is based on, basic strength is directly proportional to availability of lone pair. Availability of lone pair. The more is the availability of lone pair, how much readily the lone pair is available, that much easily it can be donated to the H plus ion, or that much faster it can accept, it can take the H plus ion in aqueous medium, right now? So here we have to see in which molecule lone pair is readily available. So if you see here in first, second and third molecule, lone pair is delocalized here. Here also lone pair is delocalized. Here also lone pair is delocalized. Here only lone pair is localized, right? So localized lone pair will have much higher, better basic strength in comparison to delocalized lone pair. Therefore, fourth molecule is most basic in nature, right? So where is the fourth molecule here? That is only in this option. The other options also, let us say, all these compounds are anilines only, and OMe is the plus Me group and NO2 is the minus Me group. So we know plus Me groups will increase the basic strength and minus Me groups will decrease the basic strength, and not having either plus Me or minus Me, it is as expected. So after this compound will become this compound, because plus Me group will increase basic strength and not having minus Me group is better, and then worst or least will be the compound having, aniline having negative mesomeric effect or electron withdrawing group, right? So therefore you can give the order as fourth one in which localized lone pair is there, best, then the aniline with positive mesomeric effect group, that is the second molecule, then the first molecule, and then the third molecule. Sorry, third molecule. So this is the order. So same is the case, 4, 2, 1, 3. Yes, this will be the answer. So this is from basic strength, and this type of question, either comparison of acidic strength or basic strengths, stabilities of carbocations, questions are repeating. So practice this question, very standard type of concepts these are. Questions expectation is also very high from these concepts from general organic chemistry. Now let's go to the next question, in which consider the following oxides. So here also you can understand vanadium oxides and chromium oxide, manganese oxide. Means again this chapter, this question is also from D and F block, right? D and F block. And also consider the following complexes. There is a coordination compound. That means this question is a mix of two chapters, D and F block and coordination compounds, right? So coordination compounds is also there. Coordination compounds is also there. So in this manner, it is a question linked with two concepts. So you can consider that this is of little higher level, because some student who has prepared a D and F block but not fully prepared for coordination may find it difficult, because even you spend half the time here, there is no use if we are not getting the proper answer in the second half of the question, right now. So coming to this first point, VO2, V2O3, V2O5, Cr2O3 and Mn2O7, right? So in this one, I think this is a statement, to be linked to this point, and this statement is independent, right? So among these oxides, number of oxides which are acidic in nature, right? So VO2, V2O3 are basic, then V2O5 and Cr2O3 are amphoteric, and Mn2O7 is a very frequently known compound. Mn2O7 is the anhydride of permanganic acid, HMnO4, right? So this is the only oxides which is acidic oxide is Mn2O7, acidic oxide, right? So here the Y value is Y is equal to 1. Now let us find out what is X here. Consider the following complex compound, CO, NH2, CH2, CH2, NH2, ethylene diamine, thrice, taken twice, sulfate, right? The primary valency of the complex is, what is the primary valency? Can anybody say here? Primary valency is the oxidation number of the central atom, and secondary valency is the what is the coordination number of the central atom, right? So he is asking the primary valency, means he is asking the oxidation state of cobalt, right? So sulfate, the anionic part outside is sulfate, 3 times it is there. So 3 sulfate ions, each sulfate ion is di-negative. So minus 2 into 3, minus 6 it is, that it is a plus 6, and this plus 6 is for 2 species. So plus 6 divided by 2 will become plus 3. Therefore, X is 3. And what is he asking? X plus Y. So 1 plus 3, total 4. So 4 should be the answer. Might be this is an integer type question. So accordingly, you have to solve this one. But this is to a little level higher, and we have to see the exact question also, how it will be when we get the official question paper from NTA board, right? So next, that's it. The questions from chemistry part. Now I welcome Vijay sir, maths faculty, to discuss the few questions from the maths department, maths subject.
Thank you, sir. Hello dear student, I am Vijay, maths faculty. Now we continue the mathematics portion. Okay, so till now what questions we got from the student? If we take the feedback and if we oral summarize those, then actually paper is easy in today evening shift. And here also you can see when we discuss the question, there are the questions from the FOM in modulus, based on modulus. Limit question also came as easy, either you can solve by using the expansion or LH rule. In complex number also easy question came. Okay, so here is the our first question. If x modulus of x minus 3 plus 3 times of modulus of x minus 2 plus 1 equal to 0, might be there is a maybe any coefficient might be changed in actual question, but actually here from the student when we receive, some student are saying here 2 or 3 like that. Okay, so if x but pattern is same, exactly same, way also be remain same. Okay, so here we have question is given standard, and these kind of the question obviously you all are practicing. Okay, so here x modulus of x minus 3 plus 3 times of modulus of x minus 2 plus 1 equal to 0. Then the number of real solution of this equation. Okay, so just simply we need to open this modulus, we need to brief of this modulus so that later we can solve this quadratic equation. Now if you put this one equal to 0, it is at 3. From this one we are getting the point 2. Okay, so we are getting 2.2 and 3. We will divide the complete number line in the 3 region, minus infinity to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to infinity. Okay, so I am dividing in 3 parts. First case, when x is belongs to minus infinity to 2. Okay, when x is less than 2. If x is less than 2, this is going to be negative and this is also going to be negative. And we know if x is negative, mod x is equal to minus x. Okay, so as it is negative, sign got change, minus x into x minus 3. Then here also sign will change, minus 3 x minus 2 and plus 1 equal to 0. If we simplify, minus x square, here plus 3x minus 3x got cancel out, plus 6 and 1 7. Okay, if we simplify, x square equal to 7 and value of x we are getting plus minus root 7. Now as this is the only interval, this solution is only for the interval minus infinity to 2. So we need to take value of x which lies in the interval. Okay, so here plus root 7 does not lies in this interval, only minus root 7 lies. So from here we took only one solution, minus root 7. Now we take the another next range, that is 2 to 3. So case 2. In second case we consider x from 2 to 3. If x is greater than 2 and less than 3, now this will be still negative, but this is going to be positive because x is greater than 2. If it is negative, again sign will change, minus x into x minus 3. Then here sign will remain same because it is positive, 3 times of x minus 2 and plus 1 equal to 0. Further if we simplify, minus x square, it is plus 3x and 3x, that is total 6x, minus 6 and plus 1, that is equal to minus 5 equal to 0. Now we are taking minus common, so what we got, x square minus 6x and plus 5 equal to 0. If we factorize, x minus 1 into x minus 5 we are getting equal to 0. Okay, now from here we are getting two value of x equal to 1 comma 5. By the way, this is the solution when x lies from 2 to 3, as there is no point lies from 2 to 3, so both are going to be rejected. This one and this one both are rejected. Now the next, that is the case number 3. Okay, in third case we take the value of x that is belongs to 3 to infinity. Okay, when x is 3 to infinity, now in this range x minus 3 positive and x minus 2 also positive. Okay, so they will remain as it is. Now when we multiply, what we are getting, x square, then here minus 3x and plus 3x again cancel, then minus 6 and plus 1, what we are getting, minus 5 equal to 0. We are getting x square equal to 5, x equal to plus minus root 5. Again both cancel, both rejected because x belongs to 3 to infinity and we got the value which does not lies in the range 3 to infinity. So finally our by combined of these all three cases, we got only one solution, that is minus root 7. Okay, so number of real solution we got as 1. Okay, now the next question. Here they wrote real part of 2z plus iota by z plus iota plus real part of 2z bar minus iota by z bar minus iota equal to 2 is a circle of radius r and center a comma b, then 15 ab by r square. So actually they are saying that, acha, by the way, this is the question from complex number, and again it is easy one if you realize the relation here. Even if you will not realize, if you put z equal to x plus iota y, still you are going to get the solution. That is not the worry problem. Okay, so real part of this one, acha, by the way, these both are conjugate of each other. If it is like alpha, then this is like alpha bar. So what they are writing, if you take the conjugate of this complex number, we are getting 2z bar minus iota and z bar minus iota in denominator. So it looks like real part of alpha plus real part of alpha bar equal to 2. And actually real part of z and z bar both always be same. Okay, just simply if z is a plus iota b or alpha is a plus iota b, then alpha bar is a minus iota b, and both have same real part a only imaginary part will change now. So can I say, as both are going to be same, so it looks like twice of real part of 2z plus iota by z plus iota, okay, equal to 2. This 2 and 2 cancel. Now what we got here? 1. So we need to find real part of 2z plus iota by z plus iota. Okay, let me put the value of, now I am just getting the, I need to get the value of real part of this complex number. So I am putting z equal to x plus iota y. If you put here, then what you will get, 2x plus 2 iota y plus iota, iota common, then what we are getting, 2y plus 1. In denominator, what we have, z plus iota, z is x plus iota y, so x plus iota y plus iota, iota common, y plus 1. We need real part of this complex number. For the real part, we convert this one in terms of a plus iota b. We need to multiply with the conjugate of denominator in numerator and denominator. Okay, so I am multiplying with x minus iota y plus 1 in numerator and denominator, x minus iota y plus 1. Okay, now denominator will is like z into z bar, modulus of z square x square plus y plus 1 whole square. And what about numerator? Numerator, if we multiply, at last we need only real part, a plus iota b form, and here just we need to get the value of a because we need only real part. So if I multiply real part, a form, 2x into x will get the real, 2x square, then this one and this one when we multiply also will get the real na. So iota square, that is minus 1, but minus minus plus, so plus 2y plus 1 into y plus 1, and then plus iota into something will come, but actually we need only real part. So what real part of 2z plus iota by z plus iota we got, that is 2x square plus this one numerator is 2y square plus 2y plus y, that is equal to 3y and plus 1. In denominator, x square plus y plus 1 whole square, that is equal to 1. Okay, now we do cross multiplication, 2x square plus 2y square plus 3y plus 1 equal to this part. If we multiply, we are getting x square plus y square plus 2y plus 1. Okay, now something got cancel out, 1x square and 1y square cancel, we got x square plus y square, 3y minus 2y, that is y, 1 cancel, equal to 0. Okay, obviously this is a circle. So center, if you find, minus g comma minus f, coefficient of x is 0 and f is minus 1 by 2. Okay, so here we got the value of a and b, we can get r also, but actually as a is 0, this x coordinate is only a na, because center is a comma b. As a is 0, this product is going to be 0. Okay, so it means our answer is 0 here only. Okay, Now coming to next problem, if two vectors mod A and mod B satisfy modulus of A plus B, modulus of A plus B plus modulus of A minus B, divide by modulus of A plus B minus modulus of A minus B, equal to root 2 plus 1. Okay. Then they are asking value of modulus of A plus B by modulus of A minus B whole square. Okay. Now again this is easy one. Here there is no use of vector. Just simply if these are any other unknown, still we can get it easily. Just we need to use compoundendo and dividendo and you will get. So I am using CD, compoundendo and dividendo. So both side I am using this procedure. I am writing as numerator plus denominator by numerator minus denominator. Both side. Okay. This problem from vector, but here vector will not be used. Just simply CD we need to use. So if we do numerator plus denominator, here the side, if we add both, this got cancel out. We got twice of modulus of A plus B. And in denominator we are writing numerator minus denominator. This one minus this one. When we subtract, A plus B will cancel and here twice of modulus of A minus B remains. Okay. Now equal to, in right side also same, in denominator we can write 1, numerator plus denominator by numerator minus denominator. When we add both we are getting root 2 plus 2 and in denominator if we subtract what we are getting root 2. Okay. Now this 2 and 2 cancel, modulus of A plus B by modulus of A minus B. Here it is root 2 plus 2 by root 2. If we divide by 1, then what we are getting? Then what we are getting? 1 plus root 2. Okay. Now here what we want? We just need square. So if we take the square on both sides, modulus of A plus B whole square by modulus of A minus B whole square root 2 plus 1 whole square. If we expand, A square plus B square is 3 and 2AB term is 2 root 2. Okay. Now coming to next question. Okay, so this is the problem fx equal to x minus 5 divided by x square minus 3x plus 2 square. Okay, this was might be 2 only. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. If the range of fx is minus infinity comma alpha union beta comma infinity, then alpha square plus beta square. So this is the problem from function chapter where we need to find the range. Again it is a standard problem and that is easy also. Every student know that how to get the range of this one, because usually when you are preparing this will be the question everywhere, this kind of. So here to find the range what we do, we equate this one with y equal to x minus 5 divide by x square minus 3x plus 2. This one is not the 2 square, this is 2, or might be data might be this constant, might be typing mistake, but it is something, some constant only, either 2 or 4, something will be there. So I am just taking the cross multiplication on both sides. So here x square into y into x square minus 3xy plus 2y, this came this side, minus x plus 5 equal to 0. Okay. Now here y x square, in these two y common, so what we are getting, 2 minus 3x, sorry, x common. 1 minute. Okay, so here y x square and further we write the terms of x. Terms of x in these two, x common, so what we are getting, minus of 3y plus 1 into x. Then finally these constant terms 2y plus 5. I wrote this one as a quadratic equation in x. Now as the x is real number, root need to be real, so we can use d greater than equal to 0, as the range is given in terms of open interval d greater than 0. B square, that is 3y plus 1 whole square minus 4ac, 4 times of y into 2y plus 5. greater than 0. Okay. Now here 3y square, 3y whole square is the 9y square, 9y square minus 8y square, that is equal to y square. Okay. Now further 2ab term is equal to 6y and minus 20y minus 14y. Okay. Then the constant term is plus 1 greater than 0. Now actually they already gave that range of this one is minus infinity to alpha union beta to infinity, then get the value of alpha square plus beta square. Now can I say alpha beta will be nothing, just only root of this y square minus 14y plus 1. See now, if suppose roots are alpha beta, this can be written as y minus alpha into y minus beta greater than 0. When we use the number line sign scheme, then alpha beta we write here, then plus minus plus as the greater than 0 plus sign we take. Okay, so what will be y belongs to minus infinity to alpha union beta to infinity. This form only will come now. It means alpha beta are nothing, just only root of this one. So what do you want? Value of alpha square plus beta square. That can be written in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So here alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Alpha plus beta is 14, whole square is 196 minus 2 alpha beta product of root 1. So what we got? 2. Okay, so finally we got 194. Okay. Now coming to next question, in a box which contain 19 unbiased coin and one biased coin with both faces head. Okay. So it means there are total 19 normal coin and one double head coin. Okay. If a coin is randomly chosen out of this box and tossed, if the head appears, then the probability that the unbiased coin was selected. Again a easy problem from the probability and also the Bayes theorem. Okay. So obviously this might be they can give the easiest, this is the easiest possible problem na, if they are giving the question based on Bayes theory. So there are 19 normal coin, okay, and one is the double head coin. Now they are saying that one coin is selected and that is found to be head. If the head appears, then the probability that unbiased coin was selected, it means normal coin is selected. So as here we have more than one option to select a coin. So whenever you have more than one option, you are using normal total probability or Bayes theorem. Okay, and here E1, E2 are the cases. Whenever we have more than one option, those options are E1, E2. So E1 here normal coin selection. E1 is the case when we selected a normal coin, and E2 is the case when we are selecting a double head coin. Okay, and here normal coin. Now A is the event which has occurred, and what has occurred? Then when they are choosing a coin randomly, if the head appears, it means it is known that on coin head occur. Okay, head occurs. Okay. Now they are asking find the probability that unbiased coin was selected. It means normal coin selected. So we need probability of E1 where A has occurred. Okay. So if we write the formula P of E1 into P of A by E1, divide by P of E1, P of A by E1, then further P of E2 into P of A by E2. Okay, this is the only formula. We have only two cases. P of E1 normal coin selected. We have 19 normal, total 20. So probability of E1 is 19 by 20. Then the A by E1. E1 has occurred, it means normal coin selected. Now we need probability of A. What is the A? Head occur. When you are selecting a normal coin, what is the probability of head? That is 1 by 2. Okay. Now in denominator, this portion is same as here. So we are writing directly 19 by 20 into 1 by 2. P of E2. E2 is the double head coin. We have one double head and total 20. So what is the probability of E2? 1 by 20. A by E2. E2 has occurred. It means we selected a double head coin. If we selected a double head coin, then what is the probability of A? A is head occur. If you selected a double head coin, obviously only head occur. It means 100% chance, so probability will be 1. Okay. We are multiplying by 20 into 2, 40 in numerator and denominator. Okay. Cancellation will occur now, or you cancel these 20, then multiply by 2. Numerator is the 19. In denominator, if you multiply by 2, this becomes 19 and this one is replaced by 2. So what we got? 19 by 21. Okay, one easy problem from the probability and Bayes theorem. Okay, now for the next physics portion, I request to Mohit sir to join us. Welcome sir.
Hello, sir.
Hi sir.
Yeah. So, very good evening, everyone. So, till now, as per we have received the questions, the paper is more towards easy, and there are few questions which are of moderate rate. Like in dimension, we have observed few questions which will consume little bit more efforts than in general what we have seen till now. So, till now, as per me, it's a easy shift only. As per the reactions also we have received. Some similar type of question which we used to find in the Jamboree shift is again there. There are questions based on cavity to find moment of inertia and so on is there. So let's start with it, and better analysis of this will be following into the end of the session. So we'll have a detailed analysis towards the end of the session. Let's start with the paper question solving, right, of physics. Okay.
Sir, complete हुआ ना?
All right. So let's start with the first question. The first question is a assertion reason based question. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and the other is labeled as reason. Refractive index of glass is more than air. Refractive index of glass is more than air. Refractive index of glass is 3 by 2, and refractive index of air, we generally take it around 1. We generally take it around 1. So that's true. Refractive index of glass is more than air is a true statement, right? Going forward, optical density of a medium is directly related to its mass density. So by the way, this question is a straight basic question of ray optics, right? A basic question of ray optics based on the basic concept or the very first concept of refraction, okay? So optical density of a medium is directly related to its mass density. Now, let's think about this optical density and mass density. So, if I say a medium is denser, that means in that particular medium comparatively, like obviously when we say denser is a comparative term. So, when I say something is a medium is denser in respect to a particular wave, the speed of the wave in that particular medium is less, and rarer medium may the speed of the wave will be more, right? So, basically this word of density is been discussed here in terms of speed. If speed is more, medium is denser. If speed is less, the medium is, I should say the reverse way. If speed is less, then the medium is denser, and the speed is more, the medium is rarer, right? So optical density of a medium is directly related to its mass density. So let me take an example. Let me take a comparison of glass and kerosene oil or some oil, maybe some opaque oil. So generally kerosene oil or these oils are lighter, having lighter density in terms of mass, I am saying, lighter mass density, right? But the speed of light in kerosene oil or these opaque oil is almost zero because it cannot cross it. I hope we remember and we understand that V is equals to C by mu, right? If speed is tending to zero, mu should be tending to infinity. So can you understand? Kerosene oil is an oil which is having density, mass density less than water, right? But optical density more than water. That's why the speed is tending to zero. Or I should say in general, there is no correlation between optical density and mass density. Obviously, there are some examples like glass and water. In glass, the speed of light is less and glass is denser. And in water, speed of light is more because density is less, right? Obviously, we know that glass has more mass density and water has less mass density. and we go with the logic that, okay, since glass has more mass density, implies the speed of the light will be less in glass because it's optically denser. Somewhat, sometime it is implying, but it is not that. There is no correlation actually. They are independent. The example is there of glass and kerosene, by which you can understand that this statement is a false statement. This is a false statement. I hope everybody understood this, right? I hope we understood this. Optical density and mass density has no correlation. Somewhat, sometime it looks like that they are correlated, but it is not always true. Yes or no? So this was the example which I said right now. So with that logic, assertion is true, reason is false. I will go with the option B. Fine. Going forward with the next question. Is it okay to everybody? Right. Okay. So next question is again a question which we have seen many times in Geometry JEE, moment of inertia of a cavity problem. So it's actually from RBD. But if you talk about the topic is moment of inertia of a cavity problem, MOI. Okay. Very relevant, very much common. We are seeing it so many times in the exam. So the question is, the figure shows a circular portion of radius r by 2. This radius is r by 2. Removed from a, sorry. This is not r by 2. This is r by 2. The portion removed. Figure shows a circular portion of radius r by 2 removed from a disk of mass m. This hole has a radius r and mass m. Okay. The moment of inertia about an axis passing through the center of the mass, the disk, and perpendicular to the plane. So, matlab we want to find moment of inertia about this axis. The axis crossing like this, perpendicular to the plane and passing through center. So, let me first try to understand. If this is the mass total, which is having mass m and radius r, from here we have to remove this portion. We can only subtract moment of inertia if they have the same axis. So there is an axis here. So for respect to this portion removed, this is the axis about which we have to find the moment of inertia. So we can think it's a complete disk minus this much mass. So if the total mass was m, and I know that it's a uniform disk, then the mass is proportional to area. Mass is proportional to area, right? So let's say, what is the mass removed? What is the area of this? So it is some pi r by 2 square, which is pi r square by 4. So we know that total mass was m for radius r. So when the area is 1 by 4, so this new mass is also 1 by 4. Yes or no? So this mass is m by 4 and the radius is r by 2. What is the moment of inertia of this complete disk passing through this axis? It is m. I should write capital or small? Doesn't matter. Since I was writing small m, so let me continue with writing small m only. So small m r square by 2 is the formula for moment of inertia of a disk passing like this from center. Minus. Now, for this disk, first of all, about center of mass, what is the moment of inertia? M by 4 r by 2 square by 2. If you are trying to find moment of inertia about this, because the mass of this part removed is m by 4, as I said, proportional to area, and this radius is r by 2. But we have to shift this axis from here to here by the help of parallel axis theorem. So plus m by 2 r by 2 square, md square, Alex theorem, md square, m by 2 r by 2 square. So let's solve this. 2 square is 4, 4 4s are 16, 16 by 2, 32. So this is 32. This is mr square. Now 2 square 4, 4 2s are 8. This is m by 4. Pardon, this is m by 4. So I just, so 2 square 4, 4 4s are 16. 16, so there will be 2 mr square minus mr square by 2. I hope we agreed this. I just wrote here by mistake m by 2, but whereas it is m by 4. So mr square plus 2 mr square, 3 mr square. Take the LCM here. Total LCM is 32. So 2 and 32 16. 16 mr square minus 3 mr square, which is 13 mr square by 32 is the answer. So option number B. Are we okay with this, right? So little bit calculative, but it's a routine problem again. Moment of inertia of a cavity based problem. We have analyzed this and discussed on this so many times that it's one of the most common questions to be asked. Going forward, potential energy is not defined for which of the force. So it's one of the most simplest question. Gravitational force, electrostatic force and restraining force. For every force which is a central force or every conservative force we can say. Constant force, central force, all these are the example of conservative forces. Central force, constant force, all these are conservative forces. For them we can define potential energy. For any non-conservative force we can never define potential energy, and we learn this as the basic example in the class that friction is an example of non-conservative force. Obviously this is a topic of work energy power, whatever we call. In that chapter we discuss about that what is the definition of conservative and non-conservative, and only for conservative forces we define potential energy, right? We generally do this, that du is equals to minus of work done by conservative force, right? Du equals to minus dwc, yeah? Okay. Going with the next question, given below are two statements, one is labeled as assertion, the other is reason. Assertion, a magnetic monopole does not exist. Okay, so magnetism and matter, right, based on that. It's basically on magnetism. When we start the chapter, we start with this magnetism and matter. So basic definition of matter. A magnetic monopole does not exist. Very true. True statement. A magnetic monopole does not exist. Hamesha they are dipole, right? Magnetic lines are continuous and form closed loop. Obviously, when we take plus charge and minus charge, we talk like that it starts from here and terminates here. So it's not a closed loop, right? It's starting from somewhere, ending somewhere. Whereas if I say there is it's a magnet, it will start from here and end here. So it's almost like a closed loop, right? And you can never see that, you can never separate the north and south or the plus and minus in a magnetic field line. So obviously these two statements are supporting each other, and it's a correct statement also. It's true also, and it's a good explanation also. That if something is circular, if you take a small magnet, it starts somewhere, ends there. So it's almost like, looks like a closed loop. So there's no other terminating point. There's no other end point, right? So both assertion and reason are true, and it's a good explanation also. So option C, both A and are true, and the correct explanation of A, right? Very straightforward, simple thing which we discussed in the class. Which of the following quantity has dimension? This one. Now this is a good question where they are not asking dimension, but we can use the logic of dimension also, which might take some longer time. In the morning also there was a question based on this on dimension, which was also consuming longer time. So I will suggest that on dimension we are finding little bit of more calculative problem nowadays, in the morning shift also, in this evening shift also. So let's start. So let's find out what is the most relevant physical quantity where we can convert this mu naught, because mu naught itself is a very rarely used term, physical quantity. So Gauss law is the smallest expression. So what is Gauss law? Integration of B dot dl or BL equals to mu naught I, right? And what is for epsilon naught? Sorry, I should say this is Ampere's law, and there's Gauss law here. I'm writing second one as a Gauss law. So Ampere's law and Gauss law, Q by epsilon naught equals to magnetic flux, right? Electric flux. So Q by epsilon naught equals to electric flux, E into A. So for mu naught, we can write BL by I, Ampere's law, mu naught equals to BL by I, and for epsilon naught, Q by EA. So I'm trying to get into expression which is more relevant for us. So let's write down mu naught BL by I and epsilon naught Q into E into A. Fine. So this is from Gauss law, this expression, and this one is like Ampere's second law. Ampere's circuital. Okay. Sorry. So, okay, fine. What is E into L? Delta V is equals to E into D with a minus sign, whatever, but E into L. So this is voltage. Voltage and this is current. So E by L. E by L is resistance. E into L by I is resistance. So voltage by current is resistance, right? So E into L, voltage by I, resistance. Resistance into B into A by Q. Now, there is one more. So now, since we know all the formulas, we are trying to use it to make our life simpler, whereas we could have taken some other route here also. But B into A, if you remember the EMI chapter, B into A is magnetic flux, right? B into A is magnetic flux. And we know that the rate of change of flux, this B into A by Q, this B into A by Q will give you again resistance. This whole will give you again resistance, flux by Q. Yes or no? Man, I hope you remember. Rate of change of flux by resistance was Q. So I'm just writing the reverse way. The change in flux per Q is R. Right? We have learned this. Rate of change of flux. The rate of change of flux is EMF. Right? So by resistance is current. Yes or no? Huh? If you remove this time thing, then obviously it's a charge. So here from only we got this formula that rate of change of flux by resistance is charge. I know it's a little complicated, but it's like this only. So R into R is R square root is R. Obviously by getting the first one term as R, we were very much expecting that we are getting the second term also as R because root over R square will be R. Yes or no? I'll repeat again. Ampere's law, B into L mu naught I, then it's Gauss law. Going forward, we applied this logic of that delta phi by R is Q. Delta phi by R and delta T is I. So if when you remove this delta T, it becomes charge. Rate of change of charge. Like divide both sides by delta T, you will get current. And I hope we know this. So coming back here like this. R will be going this side, delta phi by Q is equals to R. So R into 1, R square, root over R. This is one of the way. We could have done many other ways. We could have done this by dimension. But dimension might have taken a little bit longer time than this, so we went with this relations of formula, right? Okay, going with the next question. V is equals to 4 root x. So V square is equals to 16x. Okay, squaring both sides. We want to find force. So it's nothing but a basic, a very standard question of NLM. Okay, Newton laws of motion. Though mix of kinematics is also there. We know this formula. Either we can go with this logic of A is equals to V dV by dx to get the value of acceleration. But whereas I can compare this with V square equals to 2ax. So 2a is 16. So a is 8. Out of just curiosity I did this. I know most of the people must have done A equals to V dV by dx. Differentiate both sides. Differentiate both sides here. So 2V dV by dx. Right, 16, whereas V dV by dx is acceleration, 16 by 2 is equals to 8 meter per second square. So now what is force equals to? F equals to MA. M is equals to 500 gram means half into 8, which is 4 Newton. So that's like option C. Okay, going with the next question. Y is equals to sine 20 pi x plus 10 pi t, where x and t are distance and time in unit, the minimum distance to between 2 points having same oscillating speed. So it's nothing but equation of wave. Y is equals to a sine kx plus omega t, where this plus means the wave is moving in the negative x direction and so on. So 20 pi is equals to what? First of all, 20 pi is what? K. K is what? 2 pi by lambda. So pi cancel. Lambda is equals to 2 by 20 in meters, obviously. SI, we are assuming it's in SI when nothing mentioned. Acha, they have said SI, great. So that's like 1 by 10 meter, which is like 10 centimeters. So lambda is 10 centimeter. Okay. Standard basic waves, basic string waves, basic waves concept. Now the minimum between 2 points having same oscillating speed is what happens in a wave, that these two consecutive points at a distance of lambda by 2, so it might be going up, this might be going down, or the other way, huh? Or the other way if the wave is moving like this. So this point might be going down, this point might be going up, but they will be having same speed when they are at a separation of lambda by 2. So my answer will be 5 centimeters, 10 by 2, 5 centimeters. So basically this is, okay. So this is all about physics questions, right, for the time being. We'll continue with more of it. I'll invite Amit sir to continue with more questions on chemistry discussion. So sir, you can please join.
Hello, hello everyone. How are you? So, how was the physics? Mohit sir is an excellent explainer. He explains everything. He knows everything. Yeah, and I hope that this has been a good journey. So, this is the second part of chemistry. Earlier was taken by Vamsi sir. Now I'll do the rest part, and after me, Srinivas sir will come. Okay. So now, right now, what we are doing is we are keeping questions video separate and analysis video separate, so that you guys are able to basically what we saw is that once the questions are over, you are not seeing the analysis part, which is not good, and after when it is uploaded, the video becomes so long that you are not able to see the analysis part properly. So that's why we have thought about it, we discussed about it, and now what we are going to do is we are going to do the questions in a previous video, and after that we will upload a analysis part, and the analysis of our previous paper is there separately, and now after this also there will be a separate analysis. Okay, so let's continue with the chemistry. This time I think that the questions which I'm seeing right now, these are not as difficult as we solved in the previous exam. Okay, so let's continue. So it is SO2 when you make it is like this. Yes, one lone pair plus 2 atoms attached, it is equals to 3. So basically steric number becomes equals to 3. Just wait. Okay, just wait. So this question comes from the chapter chemical bonding, and topic VBT. Okay. Yes. So what we are going to do is we are going to make structures of each and everybody. Number one is SO2. So since sulfur has 6 electrons, 2 will be used in a double bond and 1 will be a lone pair. Yes. Now it has its steric number. Now its steric number is 3, which means sp2. Okay. 2 atoms attached and 1 lone pair. 3y, 2 atoms attached plus 1 lone pair. Okay. Number 2 is N3 minus. When we draw the structures of N3 minus, it is just like this. Yes. So here we have 6 electrons, so we have 2 lone pairs here. Yes. So here the atoms attached are 2. Here the atoms attached are 2. That is why it is sp. It is sp2 and it is sp2. And whenever it is not mentioned, generally the hybridization of central atom is asked. So the hybridization of central atom is sp. So this becomes sp2. This becomes sp. And what about NO2 minus? Number 3 is NO2 minus. When we talk about NO2 minus, nitrogen O minus and double bond. This is what it is. Now since it also has steric number equals to 3 because one lone pair and 2 atoms attached. Yes, and the hybridization becomes sp2. So it is also sp2. So sp2 and sp2, sp2, sp and sp2. So the answer will be C. Clear or not? Okay, next question. Next question. So this is from the chapter Some Basic Concepts of Chemistry, and topic is basically limiting reagent. This is from the limiting reagent topic. So what is the limiting reagent? How to decide the limiting reagent? So we say lowest mole upon stoichiometry ratio. Lowest moles upon stoichiometry ratio. Clear? Yes? How do we do that? So we check. What do we do? We go for C4H10. Molar mass 58. Then O2 molar mass, how much? What is molar mass? Is 32. Mass, how much it is taken? It is 174 gram. Moles, how much? So 174 divided by 58, so which will be equals to 3. Clear? 58 3s are 174. O2 320 gram. So 320 divided by 32, this is 10. Yes? So now calculate the value of moles plus stoichiometry. Moles upon stoichiometry. Yes? So what is the value? How many moles? 3. Stoichiometry is 1. Yes? This moles is 13 by 2 and stoichiometry, sorry, moles are 10 actually, not 13 by 2, moles are 10. Moles are 10, moles are 10 and stoichiometry is 13 by 2, so 20 by 3. So which is nothing but 6.67. Then, so which is the, no, 13, sorry. So 1.5, it is close to 1.5. 7 now? Yeah, it is close to 1.5 something. Yes, so definitely that is lesser than this. So O2 is our limiting reagent. Now this will decide how much water is formed. So what will happen? So what will happen now? What will happen? See. So O2 and here we have H2O. So if we see 13 by 2 moles of O2, 13 by 2 moles form 5 mole of H2. 1 mole of O2 gives you 10 upon 13 mole. And how much mass? 10 upon 13 into 18 gram per mole. Yes? So molar mass 18 gram per mole, and mole it was earlier, it will be cancelled. So this much of grams, so it will be 118 divided by 30 gram. Yes? We have to find the volume. Volume is equals to mass upon density. Mass is volume of H2O. Mass of H2O is 180 divided by 13 gram, and density is how much? Sorry, this is about 1 mole, na? Sorry. Wait. Erase. So how many moles of, sorry, yes. How many moles of O2 are there? How many moles of O2 are there? How many moles? 10 moles, na? There are 10 moles actually. There are 10 moles of O2. So I should write 10 moles. It will be 100 upon 13 mole. Now I have to calculate the mass. So this was mole. So mass will be moles into molar mass. So moles is how much? 100 upon 13 mole. And molar mass is 18 gram per mole. Cancel out. So it will be 100 into 18 divided by 13 gram. Yes? So volume of H2O is equal to mass upon density. So mass is how much? Mass is how much? 100 into 18 divided by 30 gram. And density is 1 gram per ml. Gram cancel, so it is in ml. So 1800 divided by 13. So this is the, any mistake? Any mistake? CO2 5, 13 by 2 gives, no, 13 by 2 gives 5 mole, 1 will give 10 upon 13 moles, that's okay, 10 will give 100 upon 13. So 1800 upon 13 is how much? You can calculate it. $138.46. Yes? Correct? Correct? Yes. So we can say it is around 138. Yes? Correct? Next. Good question. It was good question. Yes? Then what we can do is, so this is also from the, this is also, we can say, yes. So now check the previous question, very good question. This is from SN aromatic, basically alcohol. Chapter is alcohol, phenol and ether. Chapter is alcohol, phenol and ethers. And subtopic is preparation. Okay? Yes? Now what happens is, try to understand this. So if we are carrying, so this is SN aromatic reaction. If we have a leaving group here, let's say, and we react it with nucleophile, it will attack here and will form this. Clear? So what happens is, so this negative charge is formed and Lg Nu, and then so this is this is our intermediate. Yes, carb anionic intermediate, stabilized by minus R minus H minus I, and destabilized by plus R plus H and plus I. That we know. Yes. And then this will attack and this will, sorry, not this, actually this leaving group will leave and you will be left with Nu plus Lg minus. Yes? And this step is RDS. This step is RDS. So rate of reaction is directly proportional to stability of carbanionic intermediate. Stability of carbanionic intermediate. Yes? Clear? Now what happens is, so here you see, you have no minus R, here you have only 1 minus R, here you have 2 minus R, and here you have 3 minus R. As minus R increases, rate increases. So rate increases, what does that mean? If rate increases, what does that mean? Rate increases, it will require weak conditions. Okay? So that is why it will be happening at 623 Kelvin high temperature. This will be at slighter less, and you will require OH minus also. Yes, and here you will require 368 Kelvin OH minus, and here it is, you do not even require OH minus, you use just H2O and slight warming, and you will get the product. Yes, so S should be 1. No, it should be PQR. PQRS. Okay. So S should be 1. So this is wrong. And then R should be second. Yes, this one should be the. Clear or not? Please tell me. Is it clear or not? Yes? Next. Yes. Which of the following compounds molecular formula C6H12 gives positively to 2,4 DNP test? Who gives DNP test? Carbonyl. And who gives tolerance test? Aldehyde. Yes. So this is this. So what is this chapter? Chapter is aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. Aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. And what is topic? Topic is practical test of identification. So you required aldehyde and carbonyl. So this is ketone. This is ketone. No. This is, yes, this is aldehyde. This can give. This is ketone. This won't give. This won't give tolerance. This is ketone. This won't give. So answer is B, because this is aldehyde. Clear? Next. Assertion and reasoning. So this is cis. This is also cis. It has chlorine and bromine. If you see the electronegativity, sp2 carbon is less than bromine, is less than chlorine. Yes, that's what it is. Yes, and we can say hydrogen also. Clear? Yes. Now, since in cis chlorine, so this is from the halides. This is from the, so chapter will be alkyl and aryl halides, and topic will be physical and chemical properties. Clear? Now, since chlorine has more del negative and bromine has less del negative. Clear? So that is why this dipole moment, so it will have high dipole moment. So this is correct. So this is correct. So this is correct. Yes? Now, since this is correct, so both assertion and reason can be correct. Both reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Assertion, no, that is different, no? So both no, assertion is correct. That I know. Okay. Now, what about this? This is trans. And trans has dipole moment equals to 0, which means this is non-polar. And non-polar will have London forces. Yes? What forces? London forces. And this is cis. Cis has non-zero dipole moment. And when it has non-zero dipole moment, it is polar. So it will form dipole-dipole interaction, or what we can say Kizome forces. Dipole-dipole interaction, or we can say Kizome forces. Now, Kizome forces are stronger than London forces. Do we understand? Are we clear or not? Please tell me. In trans, you have London forces. In cis, you have dipole forces. And for the same molecular mass, the dipole forces are stronger than the London forces. So strong forces. So it will be strong intermolecular force. Strong intermolecular force, which means higher boiling point. Am I clear or not? Please tell me yes or no. So, saying trans will have more boiling point than cis is wrong. Yes or no? So, this is incorrect. So, statement 1 is correct, assertion is correct, reason is incorrect. Am I clear or not? Please tell me. Yes? So, this was my last question. Okay. Now, Vivek sir will come and he'll explain each and everything, whatever is required for all the questions which you are going to do in maths. Yes? Phenomenal teacher. Please, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Hello, student. How are you? Hopefully, all of you are doing the good things. Second shift paper is also, we can feel like that the first shift only. Paper we can't say the very difficult, but again lengthy. Calculation, more calculative paper is there. Up just like this question you can see. This question you can see the limit sum. If you remember, for this sum, expansion formula, this sum is easy for you. It will take the very less time. I am showing you. See here, tan theta and tan theta. What the value will come? Tan theta plus tan q theta by 3 plus so on it is there, minus sin theta plus sin q theta by 3 plus so on it is there, divided by tan theta minus sin theta. If you remember this expansion formula, this question become easy for you. If you don't remember this expansion formula, so obviously this question will take minimum 3 to 4 minute time. Because here you have to be differentiate this one 0 by 0 format is there. So 2 times you have to do the differentiation. After that, the 2 times of the differentiation, you can put the limit value, you can get the answer. This question from limit. Every paper we are seeing, morning paper also we have seen, and today evening paper also, one question came from the limit. Yeah. At the 0, so we can write here the limit theta tends to 0. They have mentioned already it is the continuous, no need to be take the LHL and RHL. Here tan theta minus sin theta plus tan q theta, 1 by 3 you can take the common, minus sin q theta plus so on divided by tan theta minus sin theta. Limit theta tends to be 0. AQ minus BQ format. AQ minus BQ format. So here we can get tan theta minus sin theta. By the way, for the explanation purpose I am going to be solved. Otherwise here only you can tick mark the answer. See here, tan theta minus sin theta will come here, and another a square plus b square plus ab. So there tan theta sin theta is the involved. So if you are going to be cut this one, so in this term, all the term tan theta sin theta are going to be involved. Put the theta is equal to 0. After that all the term is 0 only. So this cancel. So that directly we can say answer 1 only here. Understood all of you? Yes. Now we can come to the next sum. Yeah, this sum belongs to your differential equation as well as different integration. This is the belongs to differential equation and definite integration. Yeah. So what we can do? Y dash means the dy by dx. So 1 plus x square dy by dx minus 2x into y. This is equal to, you can see, can we write x square plus 1 whole square? This format are given. Now you can divide it by 1 plus x square. Now you can divide. Okay, cos x is also there. Now you can divide it by 1 plus x square. If the 1 plus x square we can divide, so dy by dx minus 2x by 1 plus x square y, x square plus 1 into cos x. We can get this one. Now, this is the linear equation format. So y into e to the power integrated part. So what we should write? Minus 2x 1 plus x square is equal to x square plus 1 cos x into e minus 2x 1 plus x square. You can see 1 plus x square differentiation is the 2x. So directly integration of this one is equal to, we can write minus log 1 plus x square. So this one, so directly this value will come 1 by 1 plus x square. Yeah. X square plus 1 cos x, and here this equal to 1 by 1 plus x square. So this thing is going to be cancelled. So y divided by 1 plus x square is equal to cos x. Integration we can get sin x plus c, which is the arbitrary constant. Here another information is given, f of 0 is equal to 1. So in place of x you can put the 0. So this is 0, and y is equal to 1. That means the c value is equal to, we can get here 1. C value is equal to 1 means y is equal to 1 plus x square into 1 plus sin x we can get. Ab now this part differentiation. This one 1 plus x square. Can we multiply with this one? 1 plus x square I am going to multiply with the 1 plus 1 plus x square sin x dx minus 3 to 3. Now you can see this is the odd function. This is the even function. If this is the odd function, so value is equal to 0. This is the even function, so can we write 2, 0 to 3, 1 plus x square dx. Now question become very easy. So 2x plus x cube by 3, 0 to 3, put the value and get the result. Yeah. Now we can see the next sum. Sum of the series look like a binomial sum is there. Such type of sum you can see here. This thing is also going to be changed. See. This thing is also going to be changed here. First of all, write the general term of this one. This is belongs to the binomial plus progression also we can say. Because progression, not I am saying APG, PHP, I am saying the series type of question. Yeah. This is equal to, can be write summation of r plus 1, because see here, 2 and 1 is there. So if we can write the CR, so here we have to be write r plus 1. This is 1, here 2, 2, 3, 3. That means this is r, so this is r, and after that r plus 1. From where to where? So last term is there 18. So we can start with the r is equal to 1 to 18. Up to that, look like this sum belongs to the binomial only. Now we can break this format. So how we can break this one? R plus 1 factorial divided by r factorial. R plus 1 minus r, so 1 factorial only. Into r plus 1. What we can do here? R plus 1 factorial, can we write r plus 1 into r factorial? So from r factorial to this factorial gone. So this is the summation of r1, 18, r plus 1 whole square. Here no need to be break like that. R plus 1, r plus 2 minus 1, don't do. It will take the mode calculation. What I am going to do this one, r is 1 to 18, r square plus 1 plus 2r, r cube 2r square plus r1 to 18. Now we can take the summation here. So summation up to 18. So we can write 18 into 18 plus 1, n into n plus 1, 19 by 2 whole square. Summation of the cube natural number. Again 2 for the r square. We can write 18, 18 plus 1, 19, and 2n plus 1. So 18 into 2, 36, 36 plus 1, 37. Divided by 6. Plus, now r is there, so that we can write the 18 into 19 by 2. After that you can do the calculation, you can add, you will get the result. Better for the result, whatever the common term is there, first of all you can take the common term. So calculation is going to become easy for all of you. Yeah, next sum. Triangle form using the line y is equal to x plus 1, ortho-center concept. Morning shift also one question came from the ortho-center concept. Like that question, first of all draw the diagram. Once you can draw the diagram, easy for you to solve the sum. And you can get easily idea also after solving. This one y is equal to x plus 1. This one you can take y is equal to 4x minus 8. And this line is equal to y is equal to mx plus c. First of all, we can find the intersection point of this one. And for another thing, ortho-center is given. How much the ortho-center is given? 3 comma minus 1 is given. We can connect ortho-center. So this becomes the perpendicular. This coordinate try to be find. So how we can find y you can equate x plus 1 is equal to 4x minus 8. So 9 is equal to 3x, so x is equal to 3. So x equal to 3 we can get here. X equal to 3 you can keep here, so you can get the 4. So 3 and 4. This line and this one are the perpendicular, so this slope is equal to how much? M. So that product is equal to minus 1, so easily we can find the slope. This one slope you can find from here. 4, here only I am writing. 4 plus 1, 5. And 3 minus 3, 0. That means this is the perpendicular of this one. Hello. This is become the 0. Means this become the perpendicular on the x-axis. This is the perpendicular on the x-axis. So this is slope is equal to become infinite. So obviously this slope is equal to 0. So y is equal to c. So we can get the y is equal to c. M is equal to 0 we can get here. Y is equal to c. Now we have to find the c y value. Here now we can see this is c. So y value is equal to c. So c minus 1 we can get. Now from here you can see this line from the ortho center passing through perpendicular to this one. So slope you can find. C plus 1 divided by y1 minus by 2. C minus 1 minus 3 means the C minus 4. And what is the slope from here? This slope, both are the perpendicular, 4. So 4 is equal to minus 1. Now, 4C plus 4 is equal to minus C plus minus C plus 4 we can get here. Now you can see this 4 cancel. 5C is equal to 0. So C is equal to also 0. So our M becomes 0. Our C also becomes 0. That means this line is nothing but y is equal to 0, means they are saying about the x-axis. By the way, question is demanding only M minus C. Put the value, get the result. Yeah, next sum. Let the foot of perpendicular from this point to on this line and that line. This question belongs to the 3D geometry. And in the 3D geometry, area concept are there. So area concept, once you can see here, x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, x3, y3, z3. So how we can find the area of this one? So area of this one is equal to, we know, under root of area of xy whole square, yz whole square, azx whole square. This formula we have to be used here. But before using this one, we have to find the foot of perpendicular value. So I'll show you how to find the foot of perpendicular value in the one of the equation. 0.51 minus 3. This coordinate is equal to P. This coordinate, one of the foot of perpendicular on the line, this one, that line is given x minus 1 by 1 is equal to y minus 2 by 1 is equal to z only. Z only. So z minus 0 by 1 you can write. Now, this point you can take. So this equal to, you can take the lambda. We have to find this point, foot of perpendicular point. In the similar way, we have to find for the another line also. Another line is given here. X minus 2, y, z minus 1, 1, 1, 1. Whatever the things I am going to do here, same thing you can do also here. So one point you can get here, another point here. After that you have to apply this thing. Yeah. Lambda plus 1, lambda plus 2, this is the 2, lambda plus 2, and this one lambda. This coordinate. Now lambda is the variable. How we can find the lambda? From this one and this one, we can find the dr. Give some name, qr. So dr of the pq. So dr of the pq, what the things will come? Lambda minus 4, lambda plus 1, lambda plus 4. We can get this one. Now this one perpendicular to this line. This line here is 1, 1, 1. Now you can add there. Means the product of that one. So 1 into lambda minus 4 plus 1 into lambda plus 1 plus 1 into lambda plus 4 is equal to 0. Cancel 3 lambda plus 1, so minus 1, lambda is equal to minus 1 by 3. Lambda is equal to minus 1 by 3, so you can find coordinate q. Similar way you can find the coordinate r also. Once you can find the coordinate r also, so this you should know, and then you can solve the sum easily. Yes, question is the calculative is there according to me. Obviously during the examination it will take easily 5 to 6 minutes for this question. But not any the big calculation are there, because number is given here, a small number is given like a 1, 2, 3, like that number is given. So no need to become a panic for this one. Yeah, and now physics sir is going to solve the physics sum. Yeah, sir.
Hello everyone, how are you all? Finally, the wait for the students who are waiting for today's paper, 7th April, comes to an end, and the students are waiting for the tomorrow's session most precisely. And after seeing the questions, I believe that they are eagerly waiting specifically for almost all the subjects, but especially for physics part. And whatever the questions we have received from already, as we are consistently repeatedly saying that the questions that we are getting here is the memory based questions from the student side. So there may be a small fluctuation or not, there may be a small difference in the questions. So this is only the questions that the student has attempted the paper. From there we are going to get these questions. So let us continue the remaining questions of physics. So right. So an object is released from a plane moving horizontally. An object is released from a plane moving horizontal. Okay, just a minute. Right. An object is released from a plane moving horizontally with a speed of 100 meters per second at a height of 2 kilometers above the ground.
The horizontal distance traveled in kilometer by the object. Basically, this question belongs to a projectile motion. So this question is basically from where? From projectile motion. So we can say it as a horizontal projectile motion. Clear? Fine. I think, am I audible now clearly? Now let's come back to the point. In this case, he has given, this question is related to what? From the chapter projectile motion, and here in the question he has given, as per the question, what we can do, the body is released from a height of, so this height is basically taken as how much? 2 kilometer, and from this the body has been released with a speed of 100 meters per second. So that means you can say that the body has been released and it is going in this way. Okay. Now he has given the height is 2 kilometer above the ground. The horizontal distance traveled by the object is. So you can take here the horizontal distance, how much it is being traveled, as it is being released from a moving object, he said. So you can consider any moving object. We don't require this part here. So directly we can take here. So it's a moving object and the body is moving here. The height is going to be how much? 2 kilometer. And he's saying to simplify what? He's saying to simplify the horizontal distance. So you can take here, this horizontal distance is nothing but our range. And the range is basically given by horizontal velocity into time of flight. Horizontal velocity into time of flight can be written as root 2h by g. So the horizontal velocity is already here, that is 100 meters per second multiplied by 2 into the height of the object, the height from where the body is being released, it's 2 kilometer. Let's convert this kilometer into meters. So we will take it as here like 2000 meters, and acceleration due to gravity he has already given, that is 10. So you can take this 0 will get cancelled, and it is going to be 100 into 200 into 2 is going to be root 400, and square root of 400 is going to be 20. 20 into 10 is going to be how much? 2000 meters. So the range is going to be 2000 meters, or else you can write this as it is going to be an integer type question. So you can take it as range is equals to how much? 2 kilometers. That is your final result. Let's go for the next question. The maximum value of theta shown in figure for which total internal reflection can happen at point B. This question belongs to geometrical optics, and it's a very basic question which basically we will be dealing in our resonance classes, and this is our class question actually. So if you go with this case, firstly I can take this part here. I would like to take this as one normal, and I wish to find out the critical angle in this case. To find out the critical angle, first I can use the basic formula, that is sine theta c will be equals to 1 by mu. Already he has mentioned as the value of mu, which is going to be 1.25. So I can take here like sine theta c equals 1 by 1.25. If I remove the points, it's going to be 2 zeros, and 25 fours are 25 5s are. So sine theta c is equals to how much? 4 by 5. So clearly I can write this critical angle equals to sine inverse of 4 by 5, which is going to be 53 degrees. So therefore critical angle is how much? 53 degrees. So when you come back to this point, so here you can see this angle is said to be what? Critical angle, which is going to be 53 degrees. Which means if this is 53 degrees, then this part is going to be how much? 37 degrees. Right? So I can draw one perpendicular from here. This is going to be 90. This is 53, means this becomes 37 degrees. Nextly, what I need to find out, as I'm concerned to find out the theta. Theta is basically the angle of incidence in this case. So what I can do here, I would like to apply the Snell's law, and Snell's law mu1 sine I equals mu2 sine R. So I would like to take from the basic formula of Snell's law, mu1 sine I is equals to mu2 sine R. So what's mu1 here? It is in here already, he mentioned it as 1. So 1 into sine I means nothing but theta, which we need to find out, and mu2 is nothing but 1.25, the refractive index, which he mentioned as sine 1.25 into sine R. R is nothing but how much? 37 degrees here. So I can solve this directly, like sine theta only I need to find out. 1.25 can be written as 125 by 100, and sine 37 is basically taken as 3 by 4. Now 25 you can take here as 25 phi's r, and 25 you can take here as mu1 sin r equals to mu2 sin r, and this is going to be 37, and this is sine here is a small one, this is going to be 3 by 5. So I can take here 25 phi's r, 25 fours r, and then this 5 and this 5 will get cancelled, and then the final answer is sine theta is equals to 3 by 4. I need to find out the maximum value of theta, that is going to be how much? Sine inverse of 3 by 4. This is our final result. So we can see here sine inverse of 3 by 4, this fourth option is a correct answer for this one. I hope you got my point. So it's another easy question from geometrical optics, and majorly another question is also from geometrical optics. In this shift we have observed many questions from the geometrical optics. So let's go with this part. Another question from geometrical optics. Let's take this part. Okay, now distance between object and image. He gave us object and image distance he has given. For a convex lens is going to be 40 centimeter. So let's take this part here, like if I am assuming this is going to be my convex lens, and let us assume that somewhere here is my object and somewhere here is my image, and he said that the distance between these two is basically how much? He already mentioned how much? 40 centimeter. Okay, and now what he is saying to find out, even he gave us the magnification is going to be how much? Minus 1 by 4. So I wish to take that magnification m is equals to what? Minus of 1 by 4. Now he is saying us to find out the focal length of the lens. To simplify, very simple, we will take this part, our object distance, will assume it as x. So obviously from the basic concept I can take the rest of the part as 40 minus of x. Now using the concept of this magnification for a lens is v by u basically. So I wish to take this part as v by u, which is equals to minus 1 by 4. And now let's take this part, v is going to be how much? 40 minus x. I like to write here, this is going to be v and this is going to be how much? U. So v is going to be 40 minus x, and u is using the sign convention. Minus x you have to take here. So this is going to be how much? 40 minus x by, this is going to be minus x, which is equals to minus 1 by 4. Mathematically this minus and this minus will get cancelled, and then I can say this is going to be, I would like to do the cross multiplication. 160 minus 4x equals how much? X. Minus 4x if I send there, it's going to be directly I'm going to get it as 5x here, and this is 5 ones, 5 threes, and 5 twos. So x is going to be how much? 32, as it is expressed in terms of centimeters. So therefore the value of x is going to be 32 in this case, but x is not our question. He said us to find out the focal length. So to find out the focal length, I can use my basic lens formula. And what is my lens formula? 1 by f equals 1 by v minus 1 by u. So 1 by f equals 1 by v minus 1 by u, but don't forget the sign convention. However, I can say 1 by f is equals to, if x is 32, so that is x is nothing but here u you can take here. So image is going to be how much? 40 minus 32, which is going to be how much? 8. So I can say v is equals to how much? 40 minus of 32, which is going to be how much? 8 centimeter. So let's substitute this part. 1 by, it's going to be 8 minus of, and this is the image distance which is on the right side. Due to that sign convention, I'm taking it as positive, and object distance on the left side I must take it as negative, and that is u. U is nothing but x in this case, which is going to be minus 32 because of sign convention. Hope you got this part. So 1 by f will be equal to how much? 32, and can I take 8 is an 32 is an LCM. So 8 fours, minus into minus plus, this is going to be how much? 5. And then when you find out the focal length, it's going to be 32 by 5. So we will be getting something like 6 point something, will be getting the option if we are having, yes, 6.4 centimeter we are having here. So hence option C is a correct answer for this one. So this was also an easy question. Let's go for the next question. Flux through a plane parallel to XZ plane is 6 SI units. Okay, this belongs to the electrostatics. We can take here. Well, electrostatics we can take, or we can say it as a electric charges and fields. Okay, now as per our resonance, it's electrostatics, and find area of a plane if electric field in this region is this much. He has already mentioned us the electric field. The question is what? This is, he is asking us to find out the area of plane. So for this case, what we are going to do, phi is equals to, we can take it as E dot A. Now already he has mentioned that the flux is going to be how much? 6 SI units. I wish to take the value of flux is equals to 6. And now my this part is lying in XZ plane. That means the area will be along which axis? XZ plane means along Y axis. So therefore area can be taken as AJ cap. And now I can take this electric field, already he mentioned here. It's going to be I cap plus 4J cap plus K cap into 10 power 3 multiplied by A J cap. Okay, now it's going to be, it's basically dot product here, so I must indicate this part as a dot product. Okay, now let's come back to this point. So it's going to be dot product. So I dot j is going to be 0, j dot j is going to be 1, and then k dot j is going to be 0. So 6 equals to 4a into 10 power of 3, 2 2s, 2 3s. So this is 3 by 2 into 10 power minus 3 is equals to our final area. So 3 by 2 means 1.5. So the final answer is 1.5 into 10 power minus 3, and area is expressed in terms of SI unit, already he said, so meter square. With this we get the option number 4 as a correct answer for this. Now let's go for the next question. What he has given: an inductor of reactance 50 ohms, capacitor of reactance 50 ohms, and resistor of reactance how much? 100 ohms. So this question has been given from alternating current AC. So we can take here, this question has been given from AC part, and it is nothing but RLC combination directly, which is in series. RLC in series combination, and it is connected to 10 volts AC source, is asking us to simplify the average power. So if you took this part in series combination, so you can take here, this is going to be your inductor, and this is going to be your capacitor, and this is going to be your resistor, and you can connect this part to the AC source, and this AC source we can take here. We have given how much? 10 volts and 50 hertz. So you can take it 10 volts 50 hertz here, followed by this is going to be how much? 50 ohms, and this is also going to be 50 ohms, and this is going to be how much? 100 ohms. And now he is saying us to find out the power. To find out the power, I wish to take this part in a phasor diagram. So if I am taking here, for a resistor I am taking voltage and current are in same direction. So I would like to take this part as it is. So this is voltage and current here for the resistor, and we can take it as here a R. When we are talking about this part, so this is going to be voltage across the inductor and voltage across the capacitor. I hope you got this part, but voltage across the inductor and capacitor will get cancelled as both of them we are having same this part. So therefore the only Z value, so Z is going to be completely dependent on what? R. So I can conclude that Z is equals to R. If Z is equals to R, we have a formula cos phi is equals to Z by R, both will get cancelled, cos phi equals how much? 1. So but he said us to simplify it as he said us to simplify average power. So I can say average power will be equal to, we can say V naught into I naught by 2 into cos phi, right? And I can also say I naught can also be written as V naught by Z. So overall I can say V naught square by 2Z into cos phi. However, this value is going to be how much? 1, as Z is equals to 5. So this is going to be 1, and already V naught value already he gave us how much? 10. So I can take here 10 square is going to be 100 by 2 into the value of Z, which is going to be same as that of the resistor. So that is how much? 100 ohms. So I can take that as 100 ohms. Both will get cancelled, and finally 1 by 2 watts we are going to get. Yes, option is there. 0.5 watts is our final answer. Now next, let's go for the next question. In this question, what he has given, match the following list. It's a basic part from the thermodynamics processes, so we can take this part as thermodynamics processes. So this question has been given from thermodynamics, that too so far all the theoretical questions has been asked from the thermodynamics. And now if we go for the isothermal process, then obviously isothermal means nothing but we can say constant temperature, and in that internal energy is going to be 0. Internal energy is going to be 0, so delta U is equals to 0. So I can say P is going to be 4. So smartly you can solve this answer. The fourth option is going to be the answer for this one. So that is nothing but P4. Then adiabatic process you can say, that is nothing but constant heat, that is 2 here. Yes, of course. Isobaric process, that is nothing but we can take it at a constant pressure. For the pressure you can say internal energy is going to be 0 in this case. And then finally isoporic process, constant volume, and constant volume means work done is going to be 0. Yes, of course. All this fourth option, very simply we can just take this options from here. That is the final answer. And next That's it for whatever the questions we have received from the physics side. Now I invite my chemistry faculty to continue the further of my questions. Thank you.
Hello guys, hope you done well in the exam. Let's discuss chemistry paper. Okay, right. Today paper somewhat easy to moderate. Okay. Let us discuss paper. Consider the following molecule: number of optical active molecules formed after complete reductive ozonolysis, right? So since 3 days they asking, since 3 last exams they asking the question based on the ozonolysis, right now, right? So this compound they given upon ozonolysis, how many number of optical active molecules we get, we have to answer, right? For ozonolysis, for reductive ozonolysis, dissociate the double bond, put the oxygen, dissociate the double bond, put the oxygen, dissociate the double bond, put the oxygen. Then what are the product? Here you get the CH3 CHO plus CH3 H CHO and CHO. Here what you get? CH3 CHO and H CHO, and what you get? CHO CH3. Right? Here no chiral carbon, optically inactive. If in a given organic compound, if only one chiral carbon is present, compulsory it is optically active. If more than one chiral carbons are present, then we have to check for the plane of symmetry, center of symmetry. So we have to check for the element of symmetry. But here one chiral carbon is present, obviously it is optically active. No need to check the elements of symmetry. Here there is no chiral carbon, here there is no chiral carbon. Here we have the CH3, here we have the H, CHO, CHO is there. Tetravalency of carbon should be having the different atoms or groups. Then only we can say it is chiral carbon. If molecule having the only one chiral carbon, it is obviously optically active. There is no chiral carbon in this molecule. This is also same molecule. In this also there is no chiral carbon. In this also no chiral carbon. So number of optically active molecules from this compound, which is upon ozonolysis, it is 0. Answer is 0. There is no optically active compounds we get after ozonolysis of the given compound. Let us move to next question, right? Easiest question, we can take it. Okay, the next question they given from the solutions and colligative properties from the Raoult's law. Raoult's law. If P0A 350 torr, P0B 750 torr, and the two volatile liquids A and B form ideal solution XA, XB are the respective mole fraction of A, B in the solution, YA, YB are in the respective mole fraction of A and B. Okay, vapor phase. Okay, XA, XB are the mole fractions of the solution in the liquid phase. YA, YB are the mole fractions of the solution in the what? Vapor phase. Mole fraction of the components of the solution in the what phase? Vapor phase. Okay, then what is the relation? What is the correct relation they ask? Right, we know that PA is equals to P0A XA, PB equals to P0B XB. Right, similarly, PA is equals to P total YA, PB is equals to P total YB. Okay, right, PA equals to P0A XA, XA is the what? Mole fraction of the component A in the liquid phase. And P0B is the XB is the what? Mole fraction of the component B in the liquid phase. And YA is the mole fraction of the component A in the vapor phase. YB is the mole fraction of the component B in the vapor phase. Right. From this we have to get the relation. Okay. PA. So both from this equation, all are equal, right? We can divide. Then what we get? P naught A XA by P naught B XB equals to P total get cancelled. Okay. Then what we get? YA by YB. Okay na? Both are equal na? This one. This is equals to PA, this is equals to PA, this is equals to PB, this is equals to PB. Why I am dividing both? P naught A XA by P naught B XB equals to YA by VB. Because they given the P naught A value. What is the P naught A value? 350 by, what is the P naught B value? They given 750 XA by XB is equals to YA by YB. Okay, right? Then what we can write? XA by XB is equals to 750 by 350 into YA by YB. Right? It is you can take approximately 2. XA by XB is 2 times greater than YA by YB, which means XA by XB is greater than what? YA by YB. Why? Because XA by XB is equals to approximately 2 times to the YA by YB, which means XA by XB is greater than YA by YB. This is not the option. And YA by YB is less than XA XB is the correct answer, or XA by XB is greater than YA by YB is the answer. It's a very simple question. If you know the relation between the PA and P total, YA, all these relations, if you know these equations, we can easily solve the question, we can easily relate the options given, right now. Right, next, let's move to next one. Right. Among the given order, the incorrect order of atomic radii. So this is given from the first year group elements, right? Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, right? As we know that down the group, atomic radii increases. Why? Because electron entered into the new cell, new energy level, size is increases. Here 1s2, 2s1, only 2 shells are there. Here 1s2, 2s2, 3s1, right? Like that. Electron entered into the new cell. Then what happened? Down the group, what happened? Atomic radii increases, right? So RB is less than RCS. Yes, obviously. This is correct option. So that is not the option we have to give because they asked for the incorrect, right? Right. Next, magnesium, aluminum, beryllium, magnesium. Okay. What is the relation between the these are in the rubidium and cesium, both are in the what group? And magnesium, aluminum, boron, aluminum, right? Both are in the period. Magnesium, aluminum, both are in the what period? Right? When you move from left to right across the period, here 1s2, okay, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, here 1s2, electron entered into the same energy level. Electron enters into the same energy level, but Z effective is increases. Z effective increases when you move across the period, size is decreases. Then R aluminum should be less than RMg. Radius of aluminum should be less than radius of Mg across the period. Across the period, radius decreases, and down the group, radius increases, but they given the reverse order. So incorrect order is this one, correct option is B. This is not, this is not, this is not. Very simple question. Next one, yes, from Raoult's law, solutions, and from colligative properties, they given the question from the Raoult's law. Right, benzene toluene way, it's very simple. When two components having the same structure, same size, that means almost same structure, same size, they form the what? Ideal solution. Here benzene, for example, hexane, heptane, form the ideal solution. Chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, similar structure, almost similar, chlorobenzene, bromobenzene. hexane, heptane, chlorobenzene, bromobenzene. These components of the solution forms the ideal solution, almost ideal. There is no 100% ideal solution is possible, almost ideal, right? So here, if you take the benzene toluene, they having the similar, almost similar kind of structure, which means these both are form the ideal solution. When both are form the ideal solution, then what happened? Delta V mix volume change is 0. There is no volume change. There is no volume change, right? Delta V mix is 0. Next, aniline and acetic acid. They given the what? Aniline and acetic acid. Okay. Here I have the aniline. So for first option, Q is correct. How many are there? A is there, C is there, right? Right now? Right, right. You can take aniline plus acetic acid. Right, they having the what, they are not able to form the ideal solution because they are not having the similar structure, similar size. In that case, they form the delta H mix negative. And water ethanol case, what happened? Water ethanol case, actually in the water strong hydrogen bondings are there. In ethanol, the strong hydrogen bonding is there. When both are mixed, strength of the hydrogen bonding is decreases, then they show the negative deviation. They show the what? Positive deviation, right? So positive deviation, and which are show the positive deviation form the minimum boiling point azeotropes. Acetone plus chloroform will give the delta H mix 0. Acetone plus chloroform will give the what? Then what is the answer? 1 Q, 2 R, 3 PS, and 4 is the R. Option 1 is the correct one, not option C. And we have to remember the examples of Raoult's law: positive deviation, negative deviation, when we get the positive deviation, when we get the negative deviation. Examples are very, very important. When the components having the similar structure, similar shape, then we having the what? They form the ideal solution. When there is a chance to form the hydrogen bonding like acetone and chloroform. Acetone and chloroform. Here in the chloroform, it is not exactly hydrogen bonding, but some interactions will be arised. Here we having the negative charge, because of more En chlorine, it gets the positive charge. Then there will be a interaction. When there will be a interaction, strong interactions are there, then vapor pressure is decreases. Whenever vapor pressure decreases, it shows the negative deviation. Whenever it shows the negative deviation, then delta H mix will become negative. Okay. In the case of water ethanol also having the positive deviation, like that we have to remember the examples. Right. Next one. Isothermal, very easy question they given. Isothermal, that means delta T equals to 0, temperature is constant throughout the process, then change in temperature is 0. Adiabatic, throughout the process heat is constant, then change in heat is 0. Isobaric, throughout the process pressure is constant, then change in pressure is 0. Throughout the process volume is constant, it's said to be what? Isochoric process, change in the volume also 0. That means P2 and Q1 and R is 4, correct match. For S it is 3. Okay, option A is correct. Right, let's move to next question. Okay, in electrolysis of aqueous solution of AgNO3, CuNO3 taken twice, HgNO3 taken twice, and AuNO3 taken thrice is carried out, then correct order of deposition of metal cathode given. They given the SRP values and asked for the, for example, here Ag plus is there. It must be deposited by gaining the what? electrons. That means it undergoes the what? Reduction. That means a metal gains the electrons and it must be precipitated or it get deposited at respective electrode. Okay, M plus N gains the N electron and it get deposited as M. Okay, right? Here what happened? Gaining of electrons takes place. Okay, right. So what is the relation between the, it undergoes the what? Reduction. Greater the SRP value. Greater the SRP value, greater is the deposition power. Greater is the SRP value, greater is the deposition power. Here greater SRP value is exhibited by the AU plus 3. After that Hg plus 2, this is first, this is second, and after that you get this one third one, and after that you get the this one fourth one. Option C is the correct. So they given the electrolysis process, they given the SRP values. According to SRP values, we have to give the deposition order of metal cathode. Okay, greater is the SRP value, greater is the reduction. Greater is the reduction. So we by observing the SRP values, we have to give the order. Rm will be deposit very easily. After that mercury, after that silver, after that only copper. Right. That is the answer. Hydration energy of K plus is minus X kilojoules per mole and Cl minus is minus Y kilojoules per mole, and lattice energy of KCl is minus Z kilojoules per mole. Then what is the heat of dissolution of KCl? What is the lattice energy? A ionic solid compound is the amount of heat required. The amount of heat required to dissociate the 1 mole of solid ionic compound into the its gaseous constituent gaseous ions. That is nothing but what? Lattice energy. This is delta U. What is the hydration energy? The amount of heat evolved when 1 mole of gaseous ion dissolved in the water. K plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. This is the 1 mole of solid ionic substance is dissociated into gaseous ions. Constituent gaseous ions, that is nothing but lattice enthalpy. And what is the hydration energy? What is the hydration energy? Enthalpy of dissolution, that a gas, 1 mole of gaseous ion when dissolved in the water, the amount of heat evolved, that is nothing but what? Hydration energy. So we need to find out the dissolution. Delta H dissolution is equals to lattice enthalpy plus, okay, this is a, you have to apply the what? S law, delta U plus enthalpy of hydration energy. Okay, delta U, they given lattice energy, how much they given? Z kilojoules. Lattice energy is a positive value because here heat is required to dissociate the 1 mole of solid ionic compound into its constituent gaseous ions, then it will become Z. And hydration energy is heat evolved. Heat evolved, therefore it is it having the what value? Negative value, minus X minus Y. For K plus it is they given X, for Cl minus they given minus Y. Then what is the answer? Z minus X plus Y is the answer. Enthalpy of heat of dissolution of KCl is C. Okay, again they given the question from the complex compounds. And based on magnetic behavior and coordination number, it is not K2H8, K2HgI4. Okay, what is the condition they given? It must be paramagnetic. First option, obviously it is not paramagnetic because it has the what? Its coordination number is 4, Nessler's reagent K2HgI4, and here we have the Hg in the what oxidation state? Plus 2, mercury having the what configuration? D10S2. S2 electrons are we have to remove from the s orbital, and we have the completely filled d orbital in this case. When completely filled d orbital is present, there is no paramagnetism. Right, let's move to next one. Here coordination number 6, here also coordination number 6, here also coordination number 6. So that means this is also not answer, we can remove it, because coordination number should be same and must be paramagnetic in nature. Here both are having the coordination number 4, but this compound is diamagnetic in nature, so we can eliminate this one. Let us check this one, this one, this one. K3FeCN taken 6. In the first case, iron is in the +3 oxidation state. And what is the electronic configuration? D5. D5. Here we have the splitting T2G and EG. T2G and EG. Okay na? Coordination number 6. D5 configuration T2G and EG, and we have the what? Strong field ligand. Here we have the strong field ligand, so pairing takes place. And here one unpaired electron is there, it is paramagnetic. Let us go for this one. Here iron is in the +2 oxidation state. Whenever it has the +2 oxidation state, we get the D6. D6. Right now, D6 means then here pairing takes place. Here number of unpaired electrons are 0. In this case, just a minute. Just a minute. కాదు అది పోయింది. ఓకే సారీ, డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాను. రైట్, సారీ. రైట్, హియర్ D6 electronic configuration is there with strong field ligand, then pairing takes place at T2G, there is no unpaired electrons, therefore this is not just a minute, some technical issues are there. This is not paramagnetic, this is diamagnetic, that means it compulsory it is paramagnetic. Let us see. Ni+2. What is the configuration? D8. D8 configuration we get, and with a weak field ligand, H2 is the weak field ligand, then what we get? There is no pairing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It does not undergoes the D2sp3 hybridization, it undergoes the sp3d2, but it undergoes the D2sp3, it undergoes the sp3d2, and having the 2 unpaired electrons, which means it is paramagnetic, and this one satisfies the given conditions. This is paramagnetic with coordination number 6, this is also paramagnetic with coordination number 6, then answer will be these two. K3FeCN taken 6, NiH2O taken 6 +2. Okay. Next, consider the following statement on hydrolysis of proteins. It gives beta amino acids. This is the basic question. Generally, amino proteins are formed by the peptide bonds of combining of alpha amino acids, or okay, CNH2, COOH plus NH2, CCOOH okay, I will show you. NH2 or CH2 or whatever, or COOH, H. Here what happened? Peptide bond is formed. R CH CO. Okay, N C R CO. This is the what? Peptide bond we get. Here we have the R. This is upon hydrolysis, again you get the what? Alpha amino acids, not beta amino acids, right now. So answer is this is the wrong statement. Fibrous protein after denaturation become water soluble. You people can take egg. Egg after denaturation, after boiling, it is not soluble in the water. Its solubility is decreases because upon denaturation, hydrophobic parts come to external part of the proteins. When hydrophobic parts comes to external part of the protein, then there is no there is no solubility of that protein into the water. That is a fibrous protein after denaturation becomes more water soluble. You can remember simply egg. Egg after boiling, not dissolved in the water. Dissolution is decreases. Then what is the answer you get? Statement 2 is wrong. Statement 1 is wrong. Both are incorrect. So D is the answer. D is the answer, right? Next one. Stability of choose correct option for the reducing nature stability of oxidation in the following. Stability of TL plus 1 is less than TL plus 3 and boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. Down the group, inert pair effect is increases. When inert pair effect increases, here what is the configuration? NH2 NP1, right? Due to the poor shielding nature of the F orbitals, d orbitals which are present in the thallium, right? They, due to that pure shielding nature, these NH2 electrons are reluctant to involve in the bond formation. That is nothing but inert pair effect. Down the group, inert pair effect is increases and stability of lower oxidation state increases. Why? Because in this case, in the aluminum case, NH2 NP1, these total electrons, all the valency electrons are interested to involve in the bonding formation, but in the case of thallium, due to the inert pair, those NH2 electrons are reluctant to involve in the bond formation. So here thallium plus 1 is more stable. Down the group, lower oxidation state stability is increases. Thallium plus 1 is more stable than the thallium plus 3. This is wrong statement. Right? Reducing nature of thallium plus 3 greater than thallium plus 3. Plus 1 is greater than thallium plus 3. How to compare the reducing nature? Thallium plus 3 is there. Thallium plus 3 is very unstable. TL plus 3 is very unstable. It is interested to be in the plus 1 oxidation state, not in the plus 3 oxidation state. Thallium plus 3 always try to be in the thallium plus 1 as lower oxidation state is more stable. In that process, it gains the electrons and undergoes the reduction, plus 3 to plus 1. Right? Reducing nature of thallium plus 1 is greater than thallium plus 3 is the wrong statement. Thallium plus 3 is greater than thallium plus 1. Why? Because thallium plus 3 is less stable than the thallium plus 1. In this way, we can understand. Stability of Al plus greater than Al. This is also wrong. Right? This element, in this element, for aluminium, higher oxidation state is more stable. Lower oxidation state is less stable. So, this also wrong. And Al plus 1, reducing nature greater than Al plus 3. Yes, Al plus 1 is less stable. Always it try to get into the plus 3 oxidation state by losing the electrons. That means reducing nature of Al plus 3 is greater than Al. Al plus 1 is greater than Al plus 3. Okay. Okay, next they given the question from the organic and it is the sequence reaction involved the acetophenone treated with, I think it is PCl3. It is not PCC, it is PCl3, right now. What happened? RC, Cl, Cl and here I get the CH2. Treated with 3 moles of NaNH2, you know that with NaNH2 elimination takes place, right? Elimination takes place. Then what we get? Here we have the pH, right? HCl and one more H. 3 moles NaNH2 they use, 1 HCl another mole of HCl also get eliminated. Totally 2 moles of HCl get eliminated with 2 moles of NaNH2. Then what we get? C triple bond CH we get. After that, again treated with NaNH2. Here acid base reaction takes place. This is the base. Here we have the acidic hydrogen. What we get? pH C triple bond C minus Na plus. And after that acidification, again we get the same. pH C triple bond CH we get. After that, they give the HBO reaction, hydroboration oxidation reaction. Hydroboration oxidation reaction, it follows the anti-Markovnikov rule. Anti-Markovnikov rule. Then what we get? Here we have to add the H plus OH minus. Directly I am saying OH minus we have to add here, H plus we have to add here. Then what you get? pH, CH, double bond, CHOH. Enol is formed. Whenever enol is formed, there keto-enol tautomerism takes place. Then what we get? pH, CH2, COH, aldehyde is formed. What is the question? Number of sp2 carbons in the final product. This is the final product. Number of sp2 carbons, this is one sp2 carbon. In the benzene, how many sp2 carbons are there? 6. In the aldehyde group, one sp2 carbon is there. In the benzene, 6 sp2 carbons are there. Totally in the final product we have the 7 sp2 carbons. 7 is the answer for that question. Right? Complex they given primary valency, secondary valency. This is bidentate ligand. This complex, this is the bidentate ligand. Coordination number 4 here. This is I think no. 4 plus 2, 6. Its coordination number is 6. And here cobalt is in this Cl, I think here. Cobalt in is +3 oxidation state. Okay, for this primary valency is nothing but oxidation state of the central metal atom, and coordination number is what, Nana? Number of coordinate covalent bonds present around the central metal atom. That is nothing but ligands. Here coordination number is 6 and primary valency is 3. 3, 6 here we have. For this P is 1. Okay, here monodentate ligand 2, 1, 1. All our monodentate ligands are there, right? Here coordination number is 4 and here I have the -1 charge, here I have the -1 and platinum gets the +2. Primary valency is 2 and secondary valency is 4 for Q. Answer is 4. Next we have the R. Here coordination number 4 and here coordination number 6. We can easily we can say for this 3 is the answer, for this 2 is the answer. P1, Q, 4, R, 2, S3. Then answer is D. Right? It's very simple question they given, coordination number and based on primary valency and secondary valency based on Werner's theory the question is given. That's it for now. Okay. Right. Thank you.
Hello, this is Alok Saxena, and we will be discussing the problem mathematics. The problem says let alpha and beta be the roots of this equation ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Right? Now what is asked is limit x tends to alpha t raised to minus 1 is a, and similarly limit t tends to minus 1 beta is b. We need to find 72 times a plus b whole square. So idea is that we need to find a plus b. Now the simple thing is if we see that we know that limit at t tends to minus 1 alpha plus limit t tends to minus 1 beta, we can write it as limit t tends to minus 1 alpha plus beta, which is given as a plus a and b. So this is a plus b. Now what is alpha plus beta? Simply alpha and beta are the roots of the equation. So alpha plus beta is c by a. So we can directly substitute from here this alpha plus beta, sum of the roots minus b by a. So minus b by a if I substitute here, so that will be limit t tends to minus 1, and the value of alpha plus beta minus b is given as t plus 2. So it is t plus 2 to the power 1 by 6 minus 1 over t plus 2 to the power 1 by 7 minus 1, of course minus times. So it is minus b by a. Now if we solve this limit, we will directly get the value of a plus b, which is what we need. So this we can solve by many ways. Like simplest way is if we apply limit t tends to minus 1, this is minus 1 plus 2. So that is 1 minus 1 0 by 0 form it is assuming. So I can, the easiest way is applying d L'Hopital. We can use expansion also, many other formulas. So I will be using d L'Hopital rule. Okay. So if I differentiate it, then minus times 1 by 6 into t plus 2 to the power 1 upon 6 minus 1, derivative of minus 1 will be 0. Similarly 1 by 7 t plus 2 to the power 1 by 7 minus 1, derivative of this will be 0. Now we know that if I substitute limit t tends to minus 1, 0 by 0 form is eliminated. So if I put t equals to minus 1, this will be 1 raised to the power anything is 1, 1 raised to the power anything is 1. So my answer will be simply minus 7 by 6 equals to a plus b. So I got the value of a plus b as minus 7 by 6. Now simply substitute it. So we can get the value of 72 a plus b whole square, that is 72 multiplied with minus 7 by 6 whole square, which will be 72 into 49 by 36. This will cancel out. So we will directly get 98. Second option. Okay. So it was a very simple problem, but the good thing about is that examiner forced us to think this basic idea of the limit, that sum of the limit can be distributed over sum or difference. Okay. So it was a very simple problem. Let's move to the next. In an experiment, this problem is again from probability, simple problem. In an experiment, a random variable x can take values 0, 1, 2, 3. If probability at x equals to 0 is given as probability at x equals to 1, and probability at x equals to 2 is given as probability at x equals to 3. So and also expectation of x square at x square is equals to x2 times expectation of x. Okay. So let's try it. Let's make a simple table to understand the things easy. Capital X, 0. The values which are allowed are 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2 and 3. I will be writing x square as well because I will be needing expectation at x square. So it will be 0, 1 square, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. Okay. Let us assume that these probability at x equals to 0 and x equals to 1, they are equal, right? So let's assume that P. Similarly, this value, probability at x equals to 2 and x equals to 3 is given as are equal. So let us assume them Q. So if I use this, then Pi, probability at x equals to 0, let's P, probability is same at 1. So I will also not write it as P. At x equals to 2, we have assumed Q and Q. Okay. So if we calculate Ex square, first let's calculate Ex. We know that what is expectation? Expectation is probability multiplied by the expectation is expected value. So we will multiply probability with the variable. So Ex, P into 0, 0, P into 1, P, then 2Q and 3Q. So total value of Ex is P plus 5Q, which is given as Ex. Okay. If we calculate Ex square, it will be 0, probability multiplied with x variable square. So it is 0 again, P into 0, P into 1 is P, this is 4Q and this is 9Q. So if we sum it up, it will be P plus 4Q plus 9Q. So 9 and 4, 13. So P plus 13Q. This is Ex square. Now what is relation is given? That Ex square is 2 times Ex. So if we use this relation, given that so if we use using this relation, Ex square 2e to the power x. So let's put it here. So Ex square is P plus 13Q is equals to 2 times expectation at x, which is given as, we calculated P plus 5Q. Previous slide. Yeah, we were discussing this. So it P plus, let's write it here, P plus 13Q equals to 2 times P plus 5Q. So that gives me a relation. This is 10. So 2P, P equals to 13Q minus 10Q, we can say 3Q. So one relation is P plus 3Q, P equals to 3Q. Now what is, we know that sum of the probability is always 1. So this sum should be 1, which is 2 times P plus Q is 1. So that gives me, but I know P is 3Q. So in place of P, I can put 3Q. So it is 3Q plus Q equals to 1 by 2, or we get Q equals to 1 by 8. Once Q is known, we know P is, so P equals to 1 by 2 minus Q, that is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 8, so that is 3 by 8. So probability is 3 by 8. Okay. So a bit calculative, but the simple thing, the basic concept is just calculate the expectations and then put the values. Again, I can say it's a simple problem, but yes, a bit calculation was required. Let's move to the next problem. Two sets A and B are defined as A alpha beta, modulus of alpha minus 1 is less than equal to 5, mod of beta minus 5 is less than equals to 6. Alpha beta belongs to real number. Okay, and the second set is given in which, and second set is given B, which is 9 alpha minus 2 whole square plus 16 beta minus 6 whole square less than equal to C. As you can see, this is nothing but an interior region of ellipse. So if I write it alpha divide by 144, then I can write alpha minus 2 whole square by 144 by 9, that will give me 16 plus beta minus 6 whole square by 9 less than equals to 1. So clearly its interior region of the ellipse having center at 2, having center 2, 6 and major axis, semi major axis as 4, semi minor axis as 3. So means we are talking about, let's plot it. Center is 2, 6. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's, for the sake of easiness of the students, let's see this as vertex. Now, semi major axis 2. So we'll go, this is the center of the ellipse. Let's call it O, and 4 units from this side because it is 4. So A is 4. So we will reach to x equals to 6. And if I move 4 units this side, I will reach at x equals to minus 2. So this ellipse is expanded from minus 2 to 6. Length is 8. Length of, let us say, length of major axis is 8. If we talk about minor axis, then length is 3. Plus 3, 3 up, 3 down. So this point was 2, 6. So if I move 3 units upwards, I will be reaching 2, 9, and 3 units downwards, it will be 2, 3. So we are talking about this region, which represents set B. Okay. Now let's see what set A is. Set A is alpha mod alpha minus 1 less than equal to 5. Okay. You can draw it graphically also. So mod alpha minus 1 is less than 5. That means alpha minus 1 lies from minus 5 to 5. Means alpha is 6 to lies between minus 4 and 6. So means value of x coordinate we can say lies from minus 4 to 6. This was minus 2, right? So if this was minus 2, then minus 4 will be somewhere here. To 6, this line. Similarly, for beta, now we can say beta minus 5 lies between 6 to minus 6. So 5 plus 6, 11, and minus 6 plus 5 will be, so beta minus 5 lies from minus 6 to 6. If we, that means beta lies from between 11 and minus 1. So if we say beta, that is y coordinate, lies from minus 1 to 11. This is 0, this is 2, 3. So obviously 0 will be somewhere here. So minus will be below this. If I take y equals to minus 1 this one and y equals to this is 6, so 11 will be much above this. So we can see that A is much bigger set and set B is contained by set A. So therefore we can say set B is subset of set A. Okay, this set B represents this ellipse in the yellow and set A is the square rectangle we can say, and since set A contains set B, so that means B is subset of A. So correct option is B, second option. Okay, so again if you can plot it easily, we can directly visualize it. Let's move to the next problem. Evaluate integration of this indefinite integration problem. Evaluate 1 by x plus 1 by x cube whole square. Actually, this is 23 which is given here in the actual problem. It is 23. Okay. So, rest is the 23rd root. Okay. So, similar problem has been asked in JEE Advanced long back. So, that's at 6. Now, the thing is this is 23rd root. So, 23rd root. So, if this is 24 and 26. So, what I will do? I will take 23 out. So, if I take x to the power 23 out, I will get 1 by x, and that 1 by x I can give to this. So, let us do this transformation. This is integration 1 upon x plus 1 upon x cube. This is actually 3 upon x to the power 24 x to the power 24 here plus 1 upon x to the power 26 whole powered, as I said, this is 23. So, it is 1 by 23. Okay. So, 3 is missing there, 23 it is. So, what I will do, as I said, we will take x to the power 23 from this and will give it to this. Now, if I take x to the power 23 out, because whole power is 1 by 23, so total I will get is x. So, what I will get, if I take x to the power 23 from here and give it to here, it will be just transformation of 1 by x. I will take x to the power 23 out, but raised power is 1 by 23. So, finally, I will get only 1 by x. That 1 by x I am going to give to this. So, that will give me this thing 1 by x square plus 1 by x to the power 4, and here it will, since I will be living with 3 by, I have already taken at 23, so only x, and similarly here x cube raised to the power 1 by 23. Okay. Now, the point is how it clicks to me. Kaise samajh, how we will be getting it. So, clear hint is given in the options. I can see very easily 3 by x plus 1 by x cube, 3 by x plus 1 by x cube, 3 by x. So, 3 by x and x cube, and the powers are 23, 1 by 23 sort of. So, it was a clear hint that I want to make something in the form of 3 by x plus 1 by x cube, and it will be assumed as t. Then we know, everyone knows it, it will be integrating, then this powers will be come. So, that gives me that's how I think that we can get this function. This is a good, this is an idea which we need to think, but to help us thinking, options are there, which clearly hints that we need to make this term. Okay. So, now I will be assuming this as t. So, if I assume this quantity as t, let us write 3x to the power minus 1 plus x to the power minus 3 is t to the power 23. Okay. Assuming this quantity as t means we are assuming t to the power 23. Let us differentiate it. So, I will be getting minus 3 x raised to the power minus 2 minus 3 x raised to the power minus 4 dx equals to 23 t to the power 22 dt, which is nothing but 1 by x square plus 1 by x to the power 4 dx equals to minus 23 by 3 t to the power 22 dt. Okay, so you can see this is t and this is dt now. So if I make the substitutions, so my problem will reduce to 1 plus x square, 1 upon x square plus 1 upon x to the power 4 dx is minus 23 by 3 t to the power 22. Let's substitute it. So minus 23 by 3 t raised to the power 22, and this I had assumed as t, so this will be t dt. So that gives me total power 23. If I integrate, it's a simple thing now, minus 23 by 3 t to the power 23 integrated to 2 to the power 24 by 24. We will be substituting value of t again. We know, so t is this one. So on substituting, we will be getting minus 23 by 72. T is this thing, 3 by x plus 1 by x cube to the power 24 by 23 plus c, of course. So the correct option is minus 23 by 72, 3 by x plus 1 by x cube raised to the power 24 by 23 plus c. So you can say this is a moderately tough problem, but if you have gone through PYQs, then long back 2 times JEE has asked this problem in with this idea where we are taking one x and giving it to other bracket. Okay, so it was a moderately tough problem, but once you click this thing that I can take x from here to here, after that the problem is simple. Let's move to the next problem. Number of solutions of the equation cos 2 theta cos theta by 2 plus cos 5 theta by 2 equals to 2 cos cube 5 theta by 2 in minus pi by 2 pi by 2 close interval. Okay. In almost every paper, a question is coming for about asking the number of solutions in past shifts. So let's see. Now what I can see, 5 theta by 2 is here, 5 theta by 2 is also here. So simple thing is, I want to use, if 2 theta plus theta by 2 will again become 5 theta by 2. So the hint is that I can, if we can add, then we'll get 5 theta by 2. So what I will be doing, I will be multiplying the entire equation by 2. So that means 2 cos 2 theta into cos theta by 2 plus 2 cos 5 theta by 2 equals to 4 cos cube 5 theta by 2. Okay. So 2 cos A cos B, 2 cos A cos B, cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. So it will reduce to cos A plus B 2 theta plus theta by 2, that is 5 theta by 2, plus cos A minus B 2 theta by minus theta by 2, that is 3 theta by 2. So we'll get cos 3 theta by 2 plus, let's keep this as it is, 4 cos cube 5 theta by 2. Okay. So now let's bring all the 5 theta by 2 terms on the same side, then 5 cos cube theta. So I will be leaving this cos 3 theta on this side and rest all the terms, 4 cos cube 5 theta by 2 minus 2 cos 5 theta by 2 plus 1, that is 3. So minus 3 cos 3 theta by 2. Okay. If you can see, it is 4 cos alpha minus 3 cos 3 alpha. So that is the formula for cos 3 theta. We know that cos 3 theta is cos 3a, 4 cos cube a minus 3 cos a. So that is nothing but the formula, direct formula we can use, cos 3a. That is 4 cos cube a minus 3 cos a. In our case, a is 5 theta by 2. It's not 3 theta, it is 5 theta. Okay. So 4 cos cube theta, a minus 3 cos a. Cos 3a, if we apply, then this will become simple. Cos 3 theta by 2 equals to cos 3 times 5 theta by 2. So which is in the form of cos theta equals to cos alpha. So we can directly apply. We know that if cos theta equals to cos alpha, then we can write theta equals to 2n pi plus minus alpha. So it's in this, with the same idea, this will be 15 theta by 2 So 15 theta by 2 equals to 2n pi plus minus alpha, that is 3 theta by 2. So on taking plus sign, I will be getting 15 theta by 2 minus 3 theta by 2, that will be 12 theta by 2, that is 6 theta. So on taking plus sign, we will be getting 6 theta equals to 2n pi. That gives me theta equals to n pi by 3. Now what is asked is that number domain given is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So if I put n equals to 0, then one solution is 0. If I put n equals to 1, I will be getting pi by 3, and on minus 1 minus pi by 3. So minus pi by 3 plus pi by 3 and 0 are the first 3 solutions we got from this. If I use minus sign, then this will add up here. So 15 plus 3, 18 theta by 2, that is 9 theta equals to 2n pi. So that gives me theta equals to 2n pi by 9. Okay. So if I again, if I take n equals to 0, one solution is 0, n equals to 1, that is 2 pi by 9. So plus minus 2 pi by 9 I can see, and then if I take n equals to 2, so again plus minus 4 pi by 9. Okay. We will not be putting n equals to 3 because that will become 6 pi by 9, which is beyond the interval. So in total we have 2 plus 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 solutions. Don't call it 8 because 0 is the repeated solution. So total number of solutions are 7. Okay. Let's move to the next problem. Again, a repeated problem from ellipse. The similar pattern problems already coming in the previous sessions. If E1 is the eccentricity of the ellipse, x square by b square plus y square by 25 equals to 1, modulus of b is less than 5, and E2 is modulus of b is less than 5. Right? So we need to focus that x, it is in this case, this axis is smaller, this is bigger because b is less than 5. So we are talking about vertical ellipse because this is the major axis now, because okay, this is b, this is a, and E2 is the eccentricity of the hyperbola, this we need to, it is given that E1, E2 is 1. So let's first of all use this. We know that eccentricity of ellipse is given by 1 minus b square by a square. B by square, b is minor axis, a is major axis. Now, this smartly, in the place of value of a, b is mentioned. Okay, so in this case, students need to avoid the silly mistake, because same variable has been used. You have marked up that the formula is 1 minus b square upon a square, where b represent semi minor axis, a represents semi major axis. But in this case, this is major and this is minor, and so it will be again b square by a square. Okay, so we will be using 1 minus b square by 25. Similarly, E2 for ellipse hyperbola, it is 1 plus b square by a square, so that is b square by 16. Let us use E1 into E2 equals to 1. So, if you multiply them, then we will be getting, and multiply and square. So, if E1 E2 equals to 1, then their square will also be 1. So, I will be directly using it 1 minus b square by 25 into 1 plus b square by 16 equals to 1. So, if we multiply it, 1 plus b square, coefficient of b square will be 1 by 16 minus 1 by 25 minus b to the power 4 16 into 25 equals to 1. 1 will get cancelled out. B square also we can take. So, it is b square. If we take it out, it will be 25 minus 16, that is 9 by 25. 9 by 25 minus 9, this is 9 by 25 into 16. 25 minus 16 is 9. So, into 16 minus b square. We already taken b square as out. So, only b square 16 into 25 equals to 0. 1 already cancelled out. So, that will give me b square equals to 9. So, b equals to 3. Now, what is asked is length of lattice rectum of the ellipse. So, length of lattice rectum is given by 2b square by a. So, in our case, it will be, the formula will be going like this. Again, b square, this is the minor axis. So, the formula will be again from here. We will substitute. We have the value of b, we will have the value of a. We will substitute and then we will getting the answer. So, 2b square, okay. Minus 16, that is 9, 25 by 16 minus b square by 16, 5, b square is 9. So, to calculate that will be 2 into b square by a is 25. 5, sorry. So, 18 b square 25 is given, ellipse is correct. E1 E2 1 minus b square 1 plus b square by 16, 25 minus 16 9 by 25 minus b square is there, b square is 9. As per option 32. There is no option coming. 18 by 2b square a. So answer should be this. Let's move to the next problem. If A is the area of the region given by x square plus 1 less than equal to y less than minimum of this, then the value of A by 3 is equal to in square units. Again, area of the region x square plus 1 less than equal to y. So this x square plus 1 less than equal to y. This is, we know, y equals to x square plus 1 is a parabola. This, we are talking about y greater than x square plus 1. So if we put origin in this relation, y equals to 0, 0, then origin is not satisfying it. So that means we are talking about non-origin containing. That means this area we are looking for. No, as a origin, non-origin containing area. Okay. So this point when x equals to 0, y is 1. So this point is 0, 1. So this we are talking about this area for this. Another, y is minimum of these two. So if you see this, minimum of 11 minus 3x and x plus 7. So these are the two straight line, y equals to x plus 7. If I take x equals to 0, then y will be 7. So it will be far away like this, somewhere here. Okay. At x equals to minus 7, y will be 0. So it will be line like this. So this is one line which is y equals to x plus 7. Again, y should be less than minimum of the two. Second equation is 11 minus 3x. If I take x equals to 0, y will be 11, somewhere here we can take. And if I take, let us say x equals to 2, then y will be 2. So this is a negative slope line like this. So this is the line y equals to 11 minus 3x. Now what is required is y should be less than. So if you again minimum of the two. So minimum of the two means minimum of these two. So we are talking about these values. Minimum of these two is this. That means, let's use green here. To highlight minimum, this area is the minimum. So we are looking for this area in total. Okay. So let's first of all find that point. To find this point, let's find the point of intersection. 11 minus 3x equals to x plus 7. So that gives me 4x equals to 4 or x equals to 1. So x equals to 1 is the point of intersection. If I put x equals to 1 here, then y equals to 8. So 1 comma 8. So we will be integrating this. A is the area of the region given by this one, then find the value of a by 3 in a square. So we will be looking for this green area. So let's find this point of intersection also. Y equals to x plus 7 along with x square plus 7. So the curve, this curve is y equals to x square plus 7. So x square plus 7, x square plus 1, I am sorry, x square plus 1 equals to x plus 7. So that gives me x square minus x minus 6 equals to 0. X square minus x minus 6 equals to 0. So we can calculate that it is x minus 3 . So x minus 3 into x plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, we can factorize the root. X square minus sum of the root is minus 1. So x equals to minus 2 and 3. Because this straight line will cut the parabola at 2 points, One is here, other is here, but we are interested in the negative value. So we will be this point is x equals to minus 2. Another line 11 minus 3x. Again we will meet the parabola x square plus 1. X square plus 3x minus 10 equals to 0. This line is 11 minus 3x. Okay. Another line is 11 minus 3x equals to x square plus 1. So let's see if we are getting any result. Factors, it is x plus 5 into x minus 2 equals to 0. So another value is x equals to minus 5 and 2. Again, this time I am looking for positive value of x because 0 is here. So this point is x equals to 2. So that means I will be integrating from minus 2 to 2. So to get the area A, it will be integration from minus 2 to 2 for this curve, which is x plus 7. Now minus 2 to 2, between there is a point x equals to 1. So till 1 we are looking for this area, and after that this line will be applicable. So minus 2 to 1, it's a bit lengthy calculative problem. Minus 2 to 1, we are talking about this area. So that is this straight line minus the parabola, that will be x plus 7 minus the parabola, which is x square plus 1. Plus next from 1 to 2, this straight line minus the parabola. So therefore 11 minus 3x minus x square plus 1 dx. Okay. So just now this problem is solved. We will be just integrating and putting the values. So a will be minus x square can be integrated to minus x cube by 3. Then x will give me x square by 2. 7 minus 1, that is 6, that is 6x from 1 to minus 2. And similarly here minus x square, that is minus x cube by 3, minus 3x, so minus 3x square by 2, and constant 11 minus 1, that is 10, so plus 10x, 2 to 1. Just by substituting value of this limits, we will get a. Okay. So that will give me simple the value of a. Let's calculate it. On putting 1, I will be getting 6 minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2. So 6 plus 1 by 2. On putting x upper limit, it will be 6 plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. Minus lower limit minus 2 if I substitute, though it will be minus plus. So minus 2, that is minus 2 cube, that is minus 8. So I will get plus 8 by 3. Minus 2, 4 by 2. So plus 4 by 2 and minus 12. Okay. Similarly, on putting this, you can calculate, and that will give me value of a. Okay. So once again, let's discuss the problem. It's quite lengthy problem, calculative. First, we identified the reason x square plus 1 less than equal to y. This was a parabola. upper region, we check the origins do not lies in the region, so therefore we decided to take non-origin containing region. Then 11 minus 3x is a straight line, x plus 7 another line. The first of all, let's find all the point of intersection. So on equating these two, we get x equals to 1. So this is point of intersection of straight lines. Then x plus 7 intersection with the parabola, that gives me two roots, minus 2 and 3. Minus 2 was useful for me. Similarly, for this we calculated x equals to 2, this. So finally we get that area to be integrated for, we are looking for. So minus 2 to 1 will be this straight line minus this region. So minus 2 to 1 integration. Similarly, next time 1 to 2 will be integrating. After this simplification, you will get the answer. Okay. Okay, so that's all for my side. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, right? So I hope you all did well in exam, right? So now we have got the few questions in physics. We'll discuss those questions, right? So right now we have 8 questions we have to discuss. In general, what we have observed in this segment, we have just top 10 questions from electrostatics as well, right? So there are 3 questions from electrostatics, which is good, right? Because previously we were not observing such type of questions from electrostatics, right? So now let's start with the question over here. Okay, so let's see, this is the first question we have. So this question is from modern physics, right? So if you are observing, this is from modern physics. So this is from modern physics, right? Modern physics 1. So in this one, what they are saying to us, they are saying a photon of wavelength lambda 1 incident on a photosensitive surface of threshold wavelength lambda naught, the de Broglie wavelength of fastest photoelectron is, right? So we have to find out that de Broglie wavelength. So how we can find that de Broglie wavelength? We know simply lambda is equals to h by p, and what is p? P is equals to root over 2mk over here, right? So what is the kinetic energy of that photoelectron? That is energy of photon minus h nu naught over here, right? So you can write over here, this is hc is common, this is 1 by lambda 1 minus this is what? 1 by lambda naught over here, right? So this is kinetic energy we have, so let's put it here. So simply lambda is equals to h by root over, this is 2m into this is kinetic energy is what? hc, and this is 1 by lambda 1 minus 1 by lambda naught over here, right? So you can see this is h is here, so we'll write it here like this is, h will be cancelled out, it will be root h over here. So this is h by 2mc, and this is 1 by lambda 1 minus 1 by lambda naught over here, right? So this is the de Broglie wavelength we have. So in this one, C is the correct answer we have, right? Okay, now let's move on the next one. So this is the next problem we have, accessorism type. In this one, what they are saying, airplane is made up of metal of prevent from lightning strike, right? It's a correct statement because this is basically known as electrostatic shielding. So we can't explain much more right now. I hope you all understand what is the meaning of electrostatic shielding, because if this is the metallic surface we have, so there is no effect of outside electric field inside to this region, right? This is known as electrostatic shielding over here, right? So this statement is correct. In reason, what they are saying, electric field in cavity inside the conductor at equilibrium remains 0, right? So in general, if we are coming into the cavity like this is conductor we have, and let's say here is the cavity we have, right? So in this cavity, we can't say electric field is 0 in general, right? Because if there will be electric field, it will be constant. We all are familiar with that, right? Now in this one, they are saying at equilibrium electric field is 0. Yeah, of course, if in this one electric field we are saying uniform, if there is equilibrium at any point, it means electric field for that particular point is what? 0, right? So this is also correct. So both assertion and reason are correct. So option C is correct for this, right? Okay, now let's move on the next one. This is the next problem we have. Charge on capacitor plate is 5 into this, and induced charge on the dielectric slab is this. Find the dielectric constant of the slab, right? Okay, so this is question from capacitor we have, right? So in this one, this is basically dielectric they have inserted over here. What we know about this dielectric, suppose we have given a charge plus q over here, this is minus q. So in this one, electric field will be here, right? Let's say this is E naught, which is applied electric field, right? Now in this one, if we applied electric field, this dielectric will be polarized. So here will be plus charge we have, and here will be minus charge we have, right? So at any point, if we are taking inside this dielectric, so in this one, what will be the electric field over here? If we are writing electric field at this point, so electric field, let's say this is point P, electric field at point P is equals to applied is towards right, and this is plus minus. So we can say the induced electric field will be towards left. So this is E naught minus E induced, and we all know this is equals to what? E naught by K over here, right? So from here you can see the E induced we have is equals to E naught is common, and this is 1 minus 1 by K over here. What is the electric field formula for this parallel plate? For a single, it's a sigma by 2 epsilon naught, but here are two plates available we have. Either you are considering for capacitor, either this dielectric. So we can say it will be sigma by epsilon naught, and sigma is what? Q by A. So this is sigma I by epsilon naught, sigma by epsilon naught. Epsilon naught will be cancelled. While taking Q by A will be cancelled. So what's the result we'll get? Q induced is equals to Q naught 1 minus 1 by K over here. So Q induced is 4 into 10 to the power minus 6 over here. This is 5 into 10 to the power minus 6, and this is 1 minus 1 by K over here. So it will be cancelled out. So 1 by K is equals to 1 minus 4 by 5, that is equals to 1 by 5. So K is equals to 5 we have, right? So A is the correct option we have, right? Okay, now let's move on to the next problem. This is problem from the semiconductor we have, right? This is from basically logic gate topic. In this one, if we are seeing, so let's see, this is A over here and this is B. So they are asking what will be the Y. So we have to apply a little bit concept of Boolean algebra here, right? If this is A, this is B, so this is AND gate is here. So simply you can say this is A into B we have, right? And this is A and this is NOT gate we have. So you can say this is A bar we have, right? So what will be the result Y over here? That is the NAND gate we have, right? So if this is the NAND gate over here, so Y is equals to simply A dot B dot A, and this is bar, right? So now let's apply the De Morgan's law over here. So this is A dot B bar plus this is A bar over bar. So A bar over bar is what? A. So this is Y is equals to, let's apply De Morgan's law in this one. So this is A bar plus B bar plus that is A over here. What is A plus A bar? A plus A bar is 1. So this is 1 plus B bar over here, right? So in this one you can see 1 plus something is 1 in case of Boolean algebra. So the answer for this one will be 1 over here, right? Now let's move on the next one. So this is question from the unit and dimension, right? So we are observing frequently they are asking the problem from unit and dimension, right? In this we have observed 3 problems. Now let's see what's the problem we have. This is the basic dimension problem we have. They have asked what is mass density. Mass density means simple density, mass by volume. So if we are doing mass by volume, so mass is M and volume is LQ in denominator, so it will be ML minus Q. So you can see in this one if we are matching to this one. So this mass density is related to what? This fourth one, right? Now if just observe the impulse. Impulse is what? Change in momentum. Change in momentum means you can say simply M for change in momentum. You can say P is equals to M is what? M, and for velocity it's a LT minus 1 over here, right? So this is simple MLT minus 1. So impulse is related to this 2 only, right? Now let's see the next one. The next is power. Power is what? Work by time. So work is M L2 T minus 2 by T. So this is M L2 T minus 3 over here. So power is related to this first one, and moment of inertia is basically ML2. So this is the third one we have, right? So which option is matching with this? So option 1 is matching with this, right? So this is the correct answer we have. Now let's move on the next question. Let's see here. Okay, this is question from the KTC. So what they are asking to us, they are asking find the ratio of average kinetic energy of equal mass of helium and argon gas at 300 Kelvin. If we are writing the energy over here, so that is what F by 2 nRT over here, right? So F by 2 nRT, F is the degree of freedom, N is the number of mole over here, right? So in this case, you can see helium and argon both are monoatomic, so F is same. So we don't have to mind this F, and temperature is also same. So E is proportional to N over here, right? So what we'll write over here, energy of He by energy of Ar is equals to N of He by N of Ar over here. So what is the N of He? Mass is M, mass is what? It's 4 over here. And for this one M, and what is the mass number is here? 40. So it will be cancelled out over here. So this is 10 by 1 over here. So the ratio is 10 ratio 1 we have, right? So this B option is the correct for this one, right? Now let's move on the next one. So this is the next question we have from electrostatics, again including the capacitor, right? So in this one, what they're asking to us, in this one they're asking a capacitor is placed between the plates of capacitor, right? So a dipole is placed between the plates of capacitor, so we have to calculate torque on this one, right? So what is the formula for torque on dipole? Torque on dipole is simply PE sine theta over here, right? So this is tau is equals to P. P is what? Q into D over here. And in case of E, in this case, electric field is E over here, right? Let's say electric field is what? E over here. So in this, what is E? E is equals to V by L we have. So just write this is V by L, and this is sine. What is angle? Electric field is from this side, and this is dipole we have from minus to plus. This angle is what? 30. So this is sine 30 over here, right? So I hope we'll put all the sign over here. So tau is equals to, Q is given as what? Q is 2 micro. So this is 2 into 10 to the power minus 6 into, what is the separation between the charges is given over here? This is a small r over here, right? It's given over here. So this is small r we have, which is 0.5. So this is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 6 into, what is the V we have? That is 5. What is the separation we have? That is 1 mm. So 1 into 10 to the power minus 3, and sine 30 is what? 1 by 2. 1 by 2, 1 by 2 will be cancelled out over here. And 0.5 and 5, that is 2.5 over here into, this is 6 and 3, so 10 to the power minus 9 over here. This is Newton meter. So this is the answer we have for this torque. So option D is correct for this, right? Okay. Now let's move on the next one. This is the next problem we have. The SI unit of the quantity, this I is the moment of inertia, epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. So what will be unit of this one, right? So if we are considering the unit of this one, then I is moment of inertia. Let's focus on epsilon naught. What is unit of this one? Coulomb square, and this is Newton meter square. So let's put all the unit over here. So this is, what is the unit of this moment of inertia? That is kg and meter square over here, right? What is unit of epsilon naught? That is Coulomb square, but they have given in terms of A and S. So can we write Q is equals to IT. So Coulomb is equals to ampere into second, right? So it will be A square and S square over here, right? Now in this one, Newton is what? Kg meter per second square over here, right? Into this is what? Meter square we have. The next, this is C, which is meter per second over here, right? So these are the terms we have. Let's see what are the cancel out over here. So this meter will be cancelled out with the meter, and this is S4, 1S will be cancelled out with this S. Kg will move on the top, so this is kg square, and this is m to the power 4 over here. This will move on up, so it will becomes 4 by, this is A square, and this is S square and S, so this is S to the power 3 over here. So this is the answer we have, right? So which option is matching with this? I think B option is matching with this, right? So this is the, whatever the question we have received it, right? So we have nearly received the 21 question in physics, right? So we have received just 11 question in from first year and nearly 10 question in second year, right? Papers are very, if we are considering all the papers of JEE Mains April attempt, so you can say simply paper is not that much easier as it was in January attempt, right? But in April attempt, one thing is good that the paper standard is more good, which is little bit balanced like theoretical plus calculative. It's not like all numerical problems are there, either all theoretical problems are there. It's not like that, right? So paper is very balanced. Even in this paper, we are saying physics is easy, right? In few problems, it may be possible you will take some time, like they have asked a basic problem in case of unit and dimension, right? So in that unit and dimension, they have asked the dimension of root over mu naught by epsilon naught. So it will take some time for you to solve, right? So such type of questions which are look like easy, but that will take your time, right? So now we have a quick analysis of that one. In case of that one, like let's see what are the questions we have received. On the basis of that one, we are giving this analysis, right? So we have received so far 21 questions. So let's see analysis of this one. Like I think this one is for chemistry one, right? So let's wait for physics. Yeah. So this is the physics we have. Like this is the first year topic. In this one, you can see from unit and dimension, we have received the 3 questions in which one is moderate and 2 are easy, right? Now, if we are moving after that, so in projectile motion, they have asked horizontal projectile motion, like the plane is just moving over here, right? So they have asked a very easy range problem we have. Okay. So now I would like to invite our colleague Mohit sir as well to analyze all these things, right? So let's see here. After that, we have a Newton's law of motion, right? So from Newton's law of motion, there was an easy question in Newton's second law of motion. After that, if you are observing from work or energy, there was a problem like work done. So in case of conservative force, we are observing that work done in round trip is not zero, that is friction is non-conservative we have, right? Now you can see the next problem is from moment of inertia. So moment of inertia, like they have asked from the cavity type problem, right? Okay. Now the next is question from the string wave. So they have asked, they have given the equation of wave,
very simple
right?
question on equation of wave we are finding, sir. I mean, talking about this moment of inertia and equation wave, we have found similar question in the previous shift of 4th April also.
Yeah.
And moment of inertia was one of the topic where we discussed, was very much relevant for January shift. In almost every shift we were finding question on moment of inertia of a cavity based problem. So it's one of the most interesting topic to go through again and again. Might be for people writing tomorrow or in the coming days if somebody is yet to write. It's one of the most interesting topic to go forward. Going for Thermody, sir, you want to continue?
Yeah, in Thermody, they have asked very basic problem. What is the ratio of kinetic energy? In that case, even they have given the same gases like monoatomic, right? Now let's see here. The next one is from geometrical optics.
Okay, geometrical optics is, so 3 topics: geometrical optics, units and dimension, and electrostatics. From these 3 topics, we have found majority of the question, almost 3 questions from each of this, where we know units and dimension is such a small topic, where from we got almost 3 questions. So it's very interesting to see that how the weightage has went. Obviously, not all questions were very direct for units and dimension. There was a little bit turned around where we need to know many formulas of the other chapters. That's how the topic was difficult. But geometrical optics, we are finding questions on just introduction of refraction. We are finding a question on TIR and lenses. So sir, about lenses, can you tell like what type of question came?
Yeah, in lenses they have simply gave like there is a convex lens and image separation between image and object they have given. Okay. So they asked what is the
so in the January shift we found many questions on combination of lens, right sir? So or silvering of lens. So this was little different type.
Yeah, it's only the based on the lens formula only. Okay, right.
So there was no question from wave optics. Yeah. On electrostatics we again found 3 questions. All were straight formula based, so we have marked them as easy. Similarly for optics, all were straight questions based on basic concept or the basic routine thought or theory which we discussed in the class in the very first. So we are moderating, we are taking it as the easy questions only. Current, gravitation, heat transfer, where we know that gravitation and current is one of the most important chapter. Since it was balanced by electrostatics, so we assume and understand why there is no question on gravitation, right sir? Yeah. So we always generally find altogether 3 questions from there or 2 questions from here. One from here and one from there, right sir?
But in general, we are just observing like there will be 1 question from current electricity.
Yeah, but it's not there. I think it's been missed because it's...
it may be we have received only 21 questions.
So it can be that there is a question on current because we are getting circuit problem in almost every shift, right? So it's one of the most important chapter by the way. Heat transfer, we haven't find any question till now on heat transfer till now, almost in any shift, right sir?
No.
Yeah. Going forward, capacitance. We are getting straight dielectric based problem, sir.
Yeah, that is the formula based, but it's a little bit difficult that you have to remember that formula like Q induced equals to Q1 minus 1 by K.
Right.
So you can derive that as well. It will consume nearly 30 to 40 seconds, right?
Right.
So after that we have got the question from magnetism.
On magnetism. So magnetism, where we are again getting a very straight question on matter, actually magnetism and matter. We discussed this question. This was again very easy based questions only, sir. EMI, we didn't find any question. Alternating current, we are finding one question on sometime LR circuit. This was a question on RLC circuit. So generally we find questions based on resonance, right? So yeah.
Even in this one they have not said it's the resonance, but partially it was resonance because XL and XC are same.
Right.
So in that one from modern physics there is a very basic question, including the photoelectric effect as well as the de Broglie wavelength, right? So that was very easy. Even they have not given any calculative part in that one. Simply they have asked the formula, and the one question was there from the logic gate.
So nuclear physics, electromagnetic wave, there was no question at all.
Question
so
from that one.
Going through, we can see that nuclear physics was one of the topic where from we are finding less question in this apprenticeship, right, sir? Yeah. So altogether from first years, we had 8 questions which were easy marked and 2 questions moderate. Moderate question generally has been marked based on calculation or time consumption, or sometime number of concepts been introduced there, right? So that's how we are saying moderate. Maybe if it's 2 or 3 concepts being there, we are calling it as a moderate. For second years, there were 10 questions that were easy, and there was hardly 1 question we found moderate. So overall, we say this paper was a more towards easy paper. And again, the questions are coming too much formula based, same as we have prepared from the PYQs. If a student is seeing the previous questions, they will find all the similar or the analogous type of question in your paper also. So physics so far, I will say, is an easy paper and straight formula based only.
Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Stay tuned with us, and I'll invite Vivek sir to continue with her discussion on maths paper.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. All the best for the exams. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hello everyone. So now what we are seeing, as the trend is there, complex quadratic equation, yes, question is there. So this time also we can find here quadratic equation, one question is there. One good thing, if you can observe here, limit 2 question and both the question you can say like a easy question only. One question which I solve on the board, there either you can use the expansion formula. If you can use the expansion formula, obviously you are going to be solving in 30 seconds. But you can solve by the L'Hospital rule, it will take the 3 to 4 minute time. So you can save your time there. Again, the 3D geometry, easy question only. There are the 2 concepts are involved. Every time we are saying line and point for is very, very important. Every examination we are saying one question is coming from those concepts only. And after that area we have to be find. A straight line, ortho-center relation, that question is the easy one question only. Due to the calculation point of view, I keep into the moderate question, this one. You can see here the progression, one question here came. So that is the series type of question, that comes under the easy question only. Yeah, again the random variable. We are not seeing every paper random variable question is coming, but this shift we have observed, I think 2 questions came from the random variable. Even in the Jan shift also we can find in the out of the 10 paper, 2 or 3 paper came the random variable question. So if possible you can see the random variable also for the next examination. Yeah, progression you can see 2 questions are there. This one and this one. Almost every time I am saying now the trend is there from the progression and quadratic equation combined, 3 questions is coming in examination. Obviously, 1 question in the progression is the somewhat easy question, which is not a series type of question, and the question which is a series type of question, little bit difficult one, that one, because there you have to find the n term. In different integration, this we can keep moderate question, but in this question if idea you are not getting, then you know from the option differentiation you can easily get. So it will take also the from the option differentiation you can go, it will take the 4 hours, but easily you are going to be solve this sum. Trigonometrical equation also sum is coming regularly. Here one sum came with the ellipse and hyperbola combined question. That is also easy question only because they ask from the standard format. Probability function, again the easy question. From the function they ask the range, vector you can see, complex number. So almost what we observe out of this 18, almost each and every part from the mathematics touch the paper. Obviously progression 2 is there, quadratic equation 1 is there, limit and progression we can find 2 questions are there. So overall we can see this question is moderate to tough, means above than the moderate. Why I am saying the tough? Not due to the concept, due to the calculation only, because this is the paper is the little bit lengthy paper is there. Apart from that, if you can see the weightage from the 11th class and 12th class, so whatever the data is available or whatever the question memory base we got, based on that we can say that is the balance paper are there. Almost 50% they are going to be covered up. Like that easy question, less number is there, but in this paper we are thinking even you can solve the 10 to 12 question, so that you are going to be get a good score only. So this is the overall is there. Yeah, now Vamsi sir is going to continue with all of you chemistry.
Yes, thank you, sir. So now coming to chemistry paper analysis, the overall paper chemistry 7th April evening shift, today's paper is very easy in comparison to previous shifts, because in January all the shifts starting from day 1 onwards the paper was little higher in level, moderate or more than moderate, but this was the paper very comfortable in comparison to previous papers, that it is easy, right? So there are many questions you can see repeated from different chapters. First you see from chemical bonding, the question was very easy from a hybridization topic, and XCF4, they were asking about XCF4 hybridization, and I have given a shortcut also for that question. Then D and F block 1, 2 questions came from D and F block elements, and surprisingly in both the points, in both the questions, the concept was same. It is about oxides, the nature of oxides, right now. Then if you see GOC, General Organic Chemistry 1, then this is a question from General Organic Chemistry, and in General Organic Chemistry also the question was easier. The comparison was for the basic strength. Different nitrogen containing compounds were given, and we have to compare the basic strength order between them. So that was also an easy question. Then coming to chemical bonding, one question came from chemical bonding, and this question is, so you can see here these 2 questions are both are from chemical bonding, right? And chemical bonding, both questions are from chemical bonding, and both concepts are also from hybridization only. So how much important it is a hybridization, and not only normal P block compounds but also coordination compounds, they are stressing particularly mainly on hybridization concept, right? Then coming to mole concept, one question came from mole concept. It is based on a numerical based on combustion of a hydrocarbon, right? So that was also a medium level question, because in calculation part is involved in that, therefore it is of taken as a medium level question. Then haloalkanes, haloarenes, reaction of chlorobenzene. This is actually Dow's process in the preparation of phenol, right? Different temperatures are taken when haloarene, that is chlorobenzene, is converted into phenol. Directly, very easily it will not be converted. The reaction is very difficult. Therefore, temperature matching was given with respect to number of NO2 groups. The more the number of NO2 groups on chlorine, on chlorobenzene at ortho and para positions, the lesser will be the conditions, temperature conditions required. So in that manner, we had to match the two data, right? The next question from carbonyl compound, one question is there from carbonyl compounds here, another question is also there from carbonyl compounds here. So in these two questions you can see this was a very regular test for 2,4-DNP and tolerance test. Multiple times previously also it has come, and another carbonyl compounds reaction, a set of reactions were there. Already I was telling multiple times I have alerted you that the questions from organic chemistry where sequential conversions like A to B to C to D like that will be there, which are very carefully to be solved, because even you know the three of the reagents, if the fourth reagent reaction product is not particularly known, the entire time and effort will be wasted, right now. So that is one thing we have to take care of. Then coming to stereoisomerism, today stereoisomerism 2 questions have come, and on 2 questions actually they are simple only. Physical properties of geometrical isomers was one question, and another question was on optical isomerism. When some reactant is there which is having some optical activity, and that on ozonolysis, what will happen to its optical isomerism? That was the question, but it was a easy level of question only. You can see here, easy question itself, right? The next one question was from solutions part, and that was also easy. Vapor pressure of ideal solutions, but in liquid phase mole fraction, we have to relate to the mole fraction in vapor phase. Therefore, we have taken it little to the medium level, as it will take little more time, right? Then next comes one question came from periodic table, very simple question that they were asking to compare between the sizes of elements. Some elements were given from left to right in a period, and some elements were given from top to bottom in a group, right? So very easy question, comfortably we can do it. One more question came from solutions, in which non-ideal solutions with deviations are asked. So what type of deviation will happen, like volume change or volume decrease or increase, heat energy will be released or absorbed, like a different conditions they were asking. So that was also match the following type of question have given. So little it will take time, as a 4 concepts, 4 points have to be matched. Therefore, we have kept it as a medium level with respect to the time taken for that question solving, right? The next is thermodynamics. One question came from thermodynamics, in which this also match the following type question, in which different types of processes are given, like isothermal, adiabatic, isochoric like, and then their respective conditions have to be matched. That was also an easy type. And one more question was also there on thermodynamics, in which a numerical based question was asked on thermochemistry, right? Lattice energy and heat of solution was linked with XYZ values. So easily it can be done. There is no issue in that question also. And electrochemistry, one question only came, that is different types of aqueous solutions were given, and when electrolysis is done, how in what sequence the metals will be deposited based on their SRP values, reduction potential values. That is also comfortable conceptual based question itself. And 2 questions came from coordination compounds. This is one, and the last one. 2 questions came from coordination compounds, and here it is about coordination number and magnetism. And next question is on primary and secondary valencies. One more question came in the starting itself. That was also somewhere here. One point was there on coordination compound. That means 2.5 questions came on coordination compounds, you can say. And from starting onwards, I am stressing on this point. Please be clear. That is from inorganic chemistry, chemical bonding, D and F block, coordination compounds. If not D and F block also, at least chemical bonding and coordination compounds, the 2 chapters are very important, right? Then one question definitely comes from biomolecules, and again we got it, and that was based on structures of normal globular protein and fibrous protein. That was a simple question. And one question came on P block, that is the stabilities of cations of 13th group elements, like aluminum plus is more stable or aluminum 3 plus, thallium plus is more stable or thallium 3 plus, like that comparison was asked. That was also an easy type of question, right? So this is all you can understand here. Majority of the questions are of easy level. Very less number of questions are from medium level, and it is only one question that which is actually in the difficult level. So this today's paper, April 7th evening shift paper, hope students felt very comfortable with respect to chemistry and even from other subjects also, and we will meet in tomorrow's 8th April evening shift paper. Stay tuned with us. Thank you.